Good evening, Panther Nation. This is Ryan Pritchard alongside my tag team partner, Mr. Brian Vance. And it's football Friday night here at Lincoln County High School. The first game of the season is getting ready to kick off between the Lincoln County Panthers and the Shady Springs Tigers. And Brian, we're sitting here alongside the head coach of the Panthers, Mr. Randy Adkins. Coach, you know what we get to do tonight? We get to play football.
Play football.
So, Coach, I have to ask this question. How do you like not just tonight's game, but how's August practice been so far? You feel pretty good about the season?
I actually, especially this past week, I thought we've had some real good practices. Kids been working hard all summer, and I expect some big things from them this season, actually.
So as far as tonight's game go, what should we look for tonight?
Well, first of all, Shady's got a good football team. It's going to be it's a tough challenge for us tonight. But again, I have a lot of confidence in our players, and I expect some big things tonight.
Well, I can tell you, Coach, I hate to put pressure on, but I can feel as the season this summer's went along, I've heard a little bit here, a little bit here, a little here, and feel excitement kind of building for this team. So you're right. It seems like some of these kids have put in a lot of work in this all season and really got hopes high for this season. And, I hate to say as a coach, we want those expectations, right?
Sure. I mean, like I said, one of our leaders out here, one of our captains tonight, Tanner Walls, he's been great this summer, and he's been a great leader and just positive motivator. And I think, just the whole team is just ready to actually get that winning season.
I was talking to one of the assistant coaches earlier, and I think one of the messages tonight is the first game of the season. And just let the kids know you're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. It's the first game. But just don't panic and work through those. I mean, I'm sure that's a message you've been telling the kids all this week.
Yeah, and like I said, we really, offensively, things clicked better this week in practice. And that's the way it's supposed to go. I mean, the further you go, the better you get. But, again, we had a really good week of practice, eliminated a lot of the mistakes that we were doing previously. Hopefully that carries over tonight.
So we know we got Tanner Walls. Who else we got in the backfield this year?
We have Carson McComas, AP Parsons, Jeremiah Miller, and those guys are, very instinctive runners. Carson's a strong kid. Hopefully you're going to see some big things from him tonight. But AP and Jeremiah both are, we'll get the ball in their hands as well. And, they're, like I said, they're very instinctive runners.
Now, I've heard, because I got to give a little bit of love to those big Hawks up front.
Oh, heck yeah.
So it seems like we've got a lot of improvement, it seems like, from last year to this year coming into the offensive line.
Well, we had Jared Price makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. We have a few returners from last year. We're bigger.
Yeah.
And again, that's some of the area there where we were we needed like repetition, and some of that this past week kind of come into play, and they did a really good job this week.
Well, Coach, I guess I'll address the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Last year you guys went 3-7. You were in most of your games. 3 of those losses were within 1 possession. How does last year's team and this year's team differ as far as the growth goes? Have you seen any growth from the kids that were on that team last year that are still with us this year?
I'll have to say, though, going back to last year,
yeah.
I think last year's kids, and a lot of them are the same group that we have out here tonight.
Right.
They believed that they were going to be successful, and
sure.
Injuries kind of really hurt us towards the end of the season last year.
Yes.
But that belief, I believe it's with these guys right here. They have intentions of having a winning season.
Okay, that's a wonderful mindset, Coach. Now tell our viewers out there maybe who don't know who Shady Spring is. I know we've dealt with them the last few years. They kind of, got the better of us last year, and 2 years ago here, we got the better of them. So what do you expect tonight for 4 quarters from Shady?
We know the Shady Springs, they're a good football team.
Okay.
They're a good football team. They may be one of the best, if not the best, football team on our schedule.
Okay.
They've had a great offseason as far as numbers in the weight room, and their coach has high expectations, I'm sure, as well as their players do as well.
So, Coach, not to give away any game plans or anything, but I noticed we've been talking throughout the preseason scrimmages and whatnot. Shady's got a lot of speed returning from that team last year, including 2 backs that just gave you guys fits last year in the opener. Tyler Bragg, 170-plus yards rushing on the ground and 3 touchdowns. And then Isaiah Valentine, who had 3 carries for over 80 yards, one of those a 67-yard touchdown, and he just happens to be the reigning 400-meter state champion here in West Virginia. How are you going to counter that speed?
I hate to say this, Coach. I'm not going to lie to you. That sounds kind of daunting to me.
Yeah, those are some stats I wasn't really aware of. But,
Yeah.
Like I said, we've worked hard from day one.
Right.
And, we're going to go out there and give it our all. And like right now I said, these kids are expecting to do well. They're expecting to win.
Right. Well, I think the good thing, too, is that was last year. This is a new year. It's a clean slate. And, again, the season kicks off tonight here at Hamlin Lions Club Field. It's football season 2018. How do you feel as the season as a whole, Coach, barring any injuries, after 10 games? Where do you see the Panthers maybe?
And you hit the nail kind of on the head right there when you mentioned injuries.
Okay.
Naturally, the game of football, injuries happen.
Sure.
And,
sure.
Hopefully we can maintain good health throughout the season. And if we can do that, I think that's key. But if we can do that, and I think we're going to have a successful season.
Okay. Well, Brian,
I seen that we got a numbers up, like what, 45 was out or 42?
I think somewhere around like 42, somewhere. I think last count that I think we had 42. Not
and that's
sure.
good to see because like you talk about, maybe
Right.
we have some injuries. We got some quality depth that's going to learn come up behind them, and maybe by mid-season, some guys can fill in from some spots if someone's
Sure.
injured. That next man up mentality is what's got to be.
Right. Yeah.
Coach, do you think we'll see any young talent on the field tonight in spots situation? Maybe freshmen or sophomores possibly.
I wouldn't be too surprised if you didn't see a freshman or 2 on the field.
Okay.
Jace Tolley, he's been looking good really lately, and
Okay.
we have another real fast freshman, Isaiah Smith. He's a strong kid, doesn't carry a lot of height, but
Sure.
really fast, really strong, and you might see that.
Okay. Well, Coach, Brian, you got anything you'd like to add before
Coach,
we
just wish
see?
you the best of luck for not just tonight, but the rest of the season. Just
Appreciate
keep
it.
up the good work.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Well, we'll be back with the opening kickoff, folks, right here on the Armstrong family of networks right after this. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ryan Pritchard alongside my tag team partner in crime, Mr. Brian Vance. And joining us this year in the broadcast booth is Levi Terlikowski, a well-known Lincoln County resident and former Panther player here at LCHS. Gentlemen, it is August the 24th, 2018. That can only mean one thing here in Lincoln County. Tonight, we get to play football.
It's football season. I hate to say this, the anticipation. Other sports are fine, but you got all summer waiting for this moment. And right now, I hate to say there's a lot of excitement about Lincoln County football this year.
All right, Levi, what do you think about tonight's game against Shady Springs coming in, looking for a possible playoff spot down the road?
Yeah, you always go into every season hoping for the best. So we're just going to see how it goes and wish all of our fellow Panthers luck.
All right, well, let's talk about those Shady Spring Tigers, Brian. They bring a wealth of experience back from a team that went 5-5 last season, including 2 elite quick running backs. Tyler Bragg, the senior, Isaiah Valentine, the sophomore, and Mr. Valentine just happens to be the defending 400-meter state track champion.
Well, that's what we're going to have to stop tonight, and that's a daunting task for us. But, I told the guys, the first game of the season, there's going to be mistakes made on both sides. You just got to let those go and keep battling through it. I think that, tonight, if we can corral them, we might frustrate them a little bit with the anticipation. They're going to want to score and score quickly. And if they start getting frustrated, they start making mistakes. We got to capitalize.
Levi, you're a former football player at LCHS. When you're facing a team with that kind of breakneck speed, how do you maybe counter that defensively if you're Lincoln County's coach there in the huddle?
Maybe at first, try to play it safe, have some of your guys back a little bit, and try not to bring too much heat and get burnt right off the bat. And like Brian said, take it play by play and see what happens.
Okay, well, I'm anxious to see these new look Lincoln County Panthers this year, guys, and I'll tell you why. We were graced with a couple of transfers that came in. 2 from Scott High School, one being Jared Price, a dominant offensive and defensive lineman, and Carson McComas, an elite running back who played at Scott last year, all Boone County first team, all Cardinal Conference first team, honorable mention All-State as a sophomore.
Plus, we've got a few freshmen ourselves.
Yes, we
We're
do.
anxious to see this Isaiah Smith kid who came from Duval, who was exciting, and I saw him in the offseason. He's really worked hard. He's beefed up a lot in the offseason, so I'm tickled to see him.
Yeah, I think when we were talking with Coach Adkins during the pregame too, he alluded to several interchangeable parts at the skill positions. You know, you've got Tanner Walls moving from running back to quarterback this year. Coy Garrettson's going to be playing some wide receiver. These guys are going to be playing on both sides of the ball. You've got AP Parsons. You've got Jace Tully, Isaiah Smith that you were talking about. And I think that's good because I don't think that will allow the defense to focus on one or two guys.
Well, I tell you, the biggest thing that I heard from Coach Aggies that really got me excited was the attitude. You know, like you said, this year's team carries a little from last year. We talked about some of our losses last year. We were nip and tuck games. We expect to win. You know, you talked about Shady Springs coming in with all that they have, and that's great. But our guys aren't going into this intimidated by Shady Springs. We plan on winning this game tonight, and attitude is huge. That's right. Attitude is everything.
Levi, why don't you touch base maybe on first game out of the gate. You've been scrimmaging for 2 and 3 months and hitting the same guy over and over and over. What does the first game atmosphere feel like for a football player?
Well, they're probably going to be a little nervous at first and maybe a little too excited, but they just got to go into it and execute the game plan and, see what happens.
We always say that first hit. Once the first hit goes away, you're playing football at that point. The jitters go away, you're in it now.
Right.
You're in it.
Well, we're under 3 minutes here, guys, at Hamlin Lions Club Field. The Panthers should be gracing us with their presence for the kickoff of the 2018 season between Lincoln County and the Shady Spring Tigers. Shady Spring wearing their road gold pants, the white jerseys trimmed out in navy blue, and the gold helmets. And the Panthers are doing a blackout today while we're here tonight, fellas. They're wearing all black jerseys trimmed out in the Columbia blue with the black pants and the Columbia blue shells on their helmets. And Brian, while we got a couple minutes before we get into the game, while the captains are walking up for the coin toss there, why don't you tell us maybe what Armstrong's got going on here since we're on the family of networks tonight?
Well, exactly. I told somebody I just want to let the fans out there know it's a month-long process we've started called the Avenge to Hunger Challenge. What we're trying to do is raise money. We call it our Breaking Bread program. We're trying to raise money for some of the food pantries around here. Our area's hit hard, with all of this, and so we're trying to provide food to not just needy families, to the school systems. So I know that viewers won't see us till next week. We're going to have this. We got a program going at Chili Fest tomorrow. But again, this will be continued throughout the month. So if you want to donate any food, just bring it to the Armstrong local office. If you see one of our techs out, tell them you want to try to bring a little food. And we're just trying to raise awareness for this as well, but also just to help people in need.
Sure.
In this county, I've seen it so many times. We have some of the most giving, wonderful people in the world, and I know we'll do well at this. So that's what I wanted to add.
Right.
Other thing is, folks, if you have not seen it, coming soon. We've heard about our EXP product.
Right.
Well, now we have a new user interface, we'll call it, TiVo Experience 4. So coming in the next few months, you're going to see more of a graphical feel to your user interface, as well as voice-activated remotes. We have tested those, and I tell you what, folks, it's amazing. You want a favorite actor? Pick an actor. That's right, John Wayne. You just say John Wayne, it brings up everything that we've got available with John Wayne. It's a really neat experience. And here come the Panthers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here come the Panthers. All right, so the captains met at midfield, and we are under 30 seconds for the start of high school football here in West Virginia. Kickoff 2018. All right, fellas, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. I will remain neutral. I will be Sweden. Game predictions for tonight. Brian Vance.
Lincoln County wins in the fourth quarter.
Levi.
Close.
It's going to be a close game, I feel like. And, I got to say Lincoln County.
Okay, all right, very good. So we've got 2 pro Lincoln County Panthers, and I make 3.
You make 3.
I make
Right.
3. I make 3. So,
And I
ladies,
do. I will tell the viewers here that I don't know why that I'm saying this. We've talked about their 2 dominant running backs that they have.
right.
I just think it's a different attitude out here on this field tonight. I think that we've got a little bit of excitement, a lot of youth coming in.
Right.
We still have that mixed in with some experienced players. I
Sure.
think the transfers are going to bring a different attitude.
Right.
So I think we're definitely going to see a different team. And I'll be honest, this season I'm expecting a good season this year. I do expect a lot of success this year.
I do too. I think with outside of Shady Springs tonight, as far as talent, looking up and down the Panthers schedule, again, Coach Adkins alluded to that in the pregame. This may be the best team that we face all year. So get this one under our belt, knock them off with a win would be even outstanding. And I think that will definitely set the tone for the remaining 9 games the rest of the way.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with that 100%. Like I told everybody, when Coach Atkins, and you can tell he has to be a little bit cautious because this might be the best thing we see all year.
That's
but
very
you know
true.
what? This is a great measuring stick to see where we're at.
Okay. Well, it looks like number 2, Eric Bevel, is set to kick off for the Tigers. And back deep to receive for the Panthers, I see number 1, Isaiah Smith. And Levi, who's the gentleman in the center and closest to us there? Can't really see their jerseys that well from this vantage point.
Yeah, this first game, folks, just give us a little bit. We'll get these numbers down pretty quickly and get other players down.
Levi's checking the roster
Number 2.
now. Folks.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Jace Tully, quick sophomore running back there, along with the freshman Isaiah Smith, and this gentleman closest to us. Can't see his jersey.
I can see some of the officials talking here now. You can tell it's the first game of the season.
You can tell it is the first game of the season.
It's first game for them, too.
Okay, we believe that's number 3. That's Jeremiah Mooch Miller, back deep to receive for the Panthers. And any one of these 3 gentlemen are game breakers. So let's see if Bevel kicks off to one of them. He approaches, puts his toe to, and we are underway here for high school football 2018. Nice move. That's Miller breaking free to the 35-yard line. Nice return, Brian.
Great return, and I tell you what, as we said, those first jitters, they're gone now.
They're gone.
They're immediately gone. Levi, I guarantee you can attest to that when you played. We're playing football now.
Oh, it's on. Yeah.
First down for the Panthers from their own 36.
And what a better way to start off a game with good field position.
Exactly. Now you can get confidence to show high. I'm looking at they have some size up front. They're not overly huge, except for that big 72 in the middle.
Number 72 is
Hunter Criddle.
Hunter Criddle, yeah, 6'2", 383.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the Shady Spring radio guys here earlier tonight. He's down from 4'11".
Wow.
Well, that one right there is what we call a hole stopper.
Yeah.
Because if he just
holes.
Holes, exactly right. He's going to have to be something to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be an offensive lineman's nightmare. All right, the Panthers are going to have their first snap of the 2018 season right here from their own 36-yard line. Tanner Wall's back in the pistol formation. 1 running back to his left hip, 1 to his right, and 2 wide receivers split each way. He takes and gives the handoff. It's going to be an off-tackle play to the left, coming right at us. And a nice positive chunk of yardage. We'll give him about 3 yards on the spot. And that was number 8, Carson McComas, Brian Vance.
Oh, it's a nice little run. You can see Shady comes out in a 4-man front, which with that size up there, that's what you're going to expect of a 4-man front. And Lincoln County tries to kind of a little off-tackle play. The hole might have been there, the difference that's still positive yardage.
It is, yeah. When you start off the game, you usually run the ball. You're testing the defense. You don't know what they're going to look like,
Tanner Walls kicks a man in motion, and I believe he jumped a little bit, and we're going to get a false start against the Panthers. So the second play of the year results in a 5-yard setback.
This is what we got to now. This will be a test right here for them because we got positive yards in the first play, and then boom, we shoot ourselves in the foot with a penalty. Which first game of the season, you're going to expect some of that. Now let's see if we can just go ahead and it's gone. We lost 5 yards. Let's get it back this play.
Okay, so Lincoln County facing now a 2nd and 11 on a rolling clock here early in the first quarter from Hamlin Lions Club Field. Just under 11 minutes gone by. Tanner Walls back in the pistol formation. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Single running back, he fakes, and he eludes a defender in the backfield. Gets a nice block, and Tanner Walls is scooting upfield, folks. Picks up 5, maybe 10, give him about 12, 13 yards on the carry, and it's going to end up third short, but we've got another flag on the play. Holding against the Panthers.
I think we're going to call this on this outside guy on the nice block, and not sure I 100% agree with that call. This is my first one of the year that I've already problemed out that I don't agree with the call. I know it's a shock to people that I would have not.
Took a little over a minute.
Well, Brian, you're always one of those, you know, agree to disagree. You know, is it half full? Is it half empty? Is it a flag? Is it on the flag? You know, tomatoes. Yeah. So regardless, it's a 10-yard mark off from the spot of the pound. That's going to put the Panthers way back, Brian, inside the range 25 to around the 23. Still second down, though.
And this is what does. Again, Shady has not stopped us yet. We've stopped ourselves. You know, and that's the stuff that we gotta knock those stupid penalties out. But again, it's the first series, first game. You know you're gonna have some of this.
Second and very long. I wonder if they play it safe and punt the ball.
I would say right now you would probably look for a screen maybe.
Well, Walls is under center for the first time. He's going to roll to his left, being pursued, being chased. He eludes 1. He's going to dump it off, looking for a receiver, and it's caught over top of number 7. But that is number, number 15 for the Panthers. That's Coy Garrettson, the senior wide receiver, hauling that in for a nice game.
And what a nice pass against your body. And folks, I'm telling you, but I say that he's a right-handed quarterback. That was a tough throw.
Very tough.
And what a nice route, but I can see right now, I'm looking here, number 77, Terry Michael Alexander. We're going to have to deal with this guy. Number 77, he's been on the back foot twice now.
Yes, he was a thorn in the Panther side a year ago, Brian, at Shady Springs, too. He's a load. Walls back to pass. He eludes 1. Walls on the run, coming up the left sideline, and he gets out of bounds, skirting the sideline. Picks up a pretty nice gain. Let's see where they spot him out at.
Looks like he's just short.
Is he coming up short there, Levi?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe he is. They're going to spot him right on, looks like the 45-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and about 2.
And decision time already.
What do you think they do here, Brian?
This
they play
early in
safe
the
and
game.
Punt the ball?
I would think so, but you know what? I've been wrong before, and I'm wrong right now. Looks like Coach Agins is going to line up.
Coach Agins going to roll the dice here early, folks, in 2018. 4th and 2 from their own 45. Walls takes from the shotgun. He takes. It's a quarterback power right up in there, and he's digging. He's churning. Depending on the spot, this is going to be close, folks. This is going to be really, really close. Now the side judge coming in.
This is close.
That's going to be
a little
close.
short.
And we're going to have timeout for a measurement.
What's the call, guys? What's the call?
It looks short to me.
It looks short.
Is it a right foot spot or a left foot spot? That right now is huge. We're hoping it's a left foot spot.
Well, you know, I see what Coach is trying to do right there. It wasn't a bad play. The problem was that 72.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks. I'm going to do this before they stretch. I think we're rolling. I think it's a first down. And that's why they give me the big.
Short.
Oh, no. Denied. I think that needs to be measured with an index card.
That was.
By a blade of grass.
So the Panthers turn it over on downs after a nice effort by Tanner Walls.
But I tell you what, guys, to go from 2nd and 20-something to that close to the first down, we had 2 penalties, shot ourselves in the foot, and still almost got this first down.
When you come out for your next possession, as long as you take care of the penalties, you can get a score on the board.
Exactly. You know, there's a lot of positives right there. Now let's see if we can do something as we line up on a 5-man front.
Okay, here we go. Drew Clark, the quarterback for the Tigers, number 10, with the gold helmets and the gold pants. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and a running back. That is
stuffed up the middle.
That is number 15. That's Tyler Bragg, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
Number 7, that's AP Parsons.
Nice stop by AP, and that is little or no good. Actually, I think he lost a yard there, folks. We're going to call that 2nd and 11 up here in the booth.
Way to fill the gap. You know, you ask how you stop the quick running backs, you don't let them get going.
Okay, so 3 running backs are out to the left. 1 split out wide to the right.
Pressure.
Clarks will take it. He's going to be sacked in the backfield by big number 52. That's the senior, Wyatt Ball. And that is a nice quarterback sack. In 2 plays in a row, the Tigers are going backwards.
That was some quick pressure right there. Quick pressure.
And I tell you what, that's what we want to see. Now, you did have some offensive success. You know, you shot yourself in the foot. We've stopped the running back and then a big sack. So now it's 3rd and long. Okay, just take care of business. Don't let them get something cheap right here.
Yeah, just stay back. You know, play kind of conservative. Just, you know, don't give them too much.
Drew Clark sends a man in motion. That's 44. That's Isaiah Valentine. He's going to swing it up to him. Pass is complete in the backfield to Valentine with room to run. Valentine skirts the sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5, and that's a touchdown for the Tigers. Drew Clark to Isaiah Valentine. And ladies and gentlemen, that 400-meter track speed reared its ugly head.
Actually, what happened right there was a nice walking outside, and we should have got that quicker in pursuit. You know, and there it was. There was a cheap touchdown.
Drew Clark's pass complete.
3rd and 22.
Isaiah Valentine.
Now that's the play now. He's
Shady touchdown.
throwing it down. We're having a little technical difficulties here. I think we got it on now. But there was the play right there. It was, the kids right now can't just automatically say, well, we're done. One play. We held them, and one cheap play that we'll learn from. We're going to learn from that play right there. Now what we've got to do is get something positive on this drive.
Right. Eric Bevel's kick on the extra point, folks, was no good. So with 8:46 left to go here in the first quarter, it's Shady Springs 6, Lincoln County nothing. Brian, Levi, what do you think about that little swing pass to the back? You know, little 5-yard pass, and he turns it 56 yards up the sideline.
Well, we know he's fast now. You know, you have to cue on him. You have to be ready for that. You gotta keep him locked up. You can't let him get in space because you see what happens. He's going to break it.
Yeah, and get off the blocks. You know, that was the one thing out there we kind of locked up with them, and I give their wide receivers a lot of credit. They did a nice job of sealing out there. He broke that one little arm tackle, but all the outside guy needs to do is make sure cut him in. You cut him back.
In, and when you line up right dead in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, because they see that that little screen pass is going to work, they'll get close to him. To where when he catches him, be ready to tackle him or tip the ball.
And I guarantee you, note that play, we will see it again.
Yeah.
Hey, that's one of the old coaching adages. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And you'll see that play again. I guarantee you'll see it again.
Well, Eric Bevel has the ball teed up for the Tigers, and back deep to receive the Panthers again. Isaiah Smith, Mooch Miller, and Jace Tully. Bevel kicks it straight down to the left, and that is Isaiah Smith, the true freshman for Lincoln County. And he is wrapped up right there, trying to break free, and does not. And he's brought down quick, right around the 23-yard line.
A little bit of a missed block on that, and that's one thing Isaiah, he'll get better as he gets older and gets a little wiser. He'll see what he's going to have to do there is to slow down a little bit maybe and set up the blocks.
Yep. Yeah, you got to slow down and let your blockers get ahead of you before you try to do anything with it.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, Lincoln County, ball resting on the 24-yard line. Let's see what the Panthers do on their second offensive series after a quick 3-and-out. Panthers come up in a jumbo look. One receiver split out to the left. Tanner Walls under center. 2 running backs behind him. He's going to take and give to Carson McComas, who is wrapped up deep in the backfield by number 77. There he is, Terry Michael Alexander. And Brian, he's wrecking shop already.
And that is right now what I've seen so far in this ball game. We need to run away from that man. He is a terror right now so far. We just can't handle him right now.
Now that's a loss of 2 yards for McComas, so it sets up a 2nd down and 12 for the Panthers at their own 22-yard line.
I think on that play, we're either going to have to double team him, chip block, maybe guard the tackle, have the fullback slam into him, or like I said, audible it off and go the opposite way.
Run to the outside, maybe.
Yeah.
Motion man. Fake to him. Tanner Walls gives to the second man through. Picks up a couple of yards, not much on that play. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Lincoln County.
Well, you got to think this is probably going to be a pass.
So it's a gain of about 2 yards. And it's going to set up a third, and we'll call it 10 here for Lincoln County.
What do you think, Brian? Do they pass here?
Oh, you're going to have to.
Yeah,
I think you have to. Let's go ahead, and we saw some success on his first pass, even though they got a lot of pass rush. Tanner's pretty quick and avoid it. I'll look for something like crossing route again.
Tanner straight back in the pocket, and he is flush, and he's got room to run. Walls to the 30. Walls, tripped up by the shoestrings there, just over the 30-yard line. And it's going to set up a 4th and short again here, Brian, but our Panthers too deep.
We're punting this time.
Yeah, they say it's a game of inches.
I mean, right now you have to punt this ball. You're too much into, if you gave them this kind of field position now, and you got to realize your defense saw success other than giving away one play.
Yeah, just because, one play, you got to trust your defense. You have to punt it.
Well, the Panthers are lined up in punt formation. There's the kick. High spiral. Real pretty kick. Drifting. And that's Valentine who takes it at the 25. Valentine to the 30, 35, 40, 45. And Valentine finally pushed out of bounds just over midfield.
Well, there's 2 they've missed now because there was a pretty clear block at the back that just happened to not get called right there.
So Valentine moves the ball from the 25 to the 50. That's 25 yards on the return. And with 6:17 left to go here in the first quarter, Shady Springs leads 6-0, and they're seeing their second position. Again, Brian, in pretty good field territory.
It is, and this is where our defense is stiffen up right here. Let's not let them have any. Let's show the success. Again, you know who to key on. Watch them.
Okay, pro set formation by the Tigers. Clarkston will take and fake the option. He's being pursued, and he's going to be wrapped up. Ball comes out. No, runner was down. Says the referee. He was down. And he's going to get a minimal gain, if anything, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Real nice penetration.
Other than that pass play, we've played good defense.
Yeah, exactly. Other than one play.
Yeah, just one play.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Shady.
Unfortunately, they say speed kills, and that one play, that's what we just got to do. We got to keep putting pressure up front. But tell your back guys, play a little conservative back there.
Not only speed, Valentine's got some huge cut ability.
Yes, he does.
So Clarkston will give to the first man through. That's Tyler Bragg. Bragg free out in space. He's going to pick up enough yardage for a first down before being pushed out of bounds by Jeremiah Miller. And Bragg's going to advance the ball down from the 50 down to around the other 30. That's a gain of 19 yards. And Brian, there's another chunk play for the Tigers.
Well, really on that one now, I think we got caught in the stunt play, and they just luckily called the perfect play for the stunt that we had on. Because you see there was a nice huge hole there. But looking at the offensive line, I don't think there was much blocking as we were stunning out of that hole.
Yeah.
So Clark back in the shotgun, 1 receiver on each hip, and 2 receivers split, 1 each way. Here comes a speed option to the right. Clark takes and pitches to number 44. That's Isaiah Valentine, who gets a nice pop. A thank you very much from Lincoln County's number 16. That's Tanner Walls, who said, "Hello, Mr. Valentine. Welcome to Lincoln County."
Well, again, you can see what they're going to try to do now. They're running this option play, and I'll be honest with you, I would make the quarterback carry that. The one thing you can do in an option, and I hate to say this, I know it's early on in this ball game, but if you keep popping him, I don't care what quarterback you are.
Immediately take the running back out of the play and make the quarterback run.
Yep, he'll hear footsteps at certain points.
Okay, so 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. A little inside reverse trap, and there goes number 9. That is Haven Chapman, and he's going to be carried into the end zone for another Tiger touchdown. And that's 29 yards, and the Tigers are rolling.
And you can see what that was. That was that same little crossbuck trap play. You know, they ran here. They're pulling the guard out on this little inside cut, and our pursuit's kind of overrunning it. Yep. Which is what you would do. You got a defense, you're going this way, everything's going that way, and the running back comes back the other way.
Yeah, just switching it up from an option to a fullback dive right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Eric Bevel on to attempt the extra point kick. Let's see how he does on his second try, missing the first one. Snap was high, Holder got it down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with Bevel's extra point kick, the Tigers lead 13-0 over Lincoln County. 4:13 left to go in the first quarter. But Brian, Levi, you guys have been around the program almost as long as I have, if not longer. 13-0. It's not the end of the world. It's still the first quarter.
And that's what the coaches are doing. I can see them right now. This is what we need to do. We shot ourselves in the foot in the first drive. Second drive stalled a little bit, but still had some positive gains here. Defensively, when you look what we've done, it's been 3 plays. 3 plays. We're still in the ball game. This drive here could be very crucial. I'm not saying we have to score in this drive, but we need to drive something deep, get something positive going in the end of this quarter.
Yeah, find something that works. And as far as the defense goes, you kind of know what they're trying to get to now. You know, they're pretty much run heavy, you know, so you just got to key on that. And
we know who the guys are going to get the ball. You
Yeah.
know who to key on to watch them. And like I said, and that option I'd be telling them right now, let the quarterback run it. Let's get the ball out of the running back's hand.
Yeah.
Pound the run quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, make him start thinking, man, this is getting, I'm getting tired of getting hit.
All right, Bevel set back to kick off for the Tigers. Back deep to receive for the Panthers again. Isaiah Smith, Jace Tully, and Mooch Miller. Ball end over end kick comes to Tully at the 3. That's Jace Tully to the 15 to the 20. To the 25, spins and is brought down. Nice return for Tully to about the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Lincoln County.
That was a nice kickoff. Nice hang time on that. I mean, that was really
kicker.
It went down to what, the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
And I can say this. Some people may see this and say, well, did anybody block on that play? It is hard to hold your block for that long on a kickoff.
Especially when the guys are running full speed at you.
Yes, exactly.
I remember my father used to coach with the late, great Blaine Wilkerson, and they always said, you know, you have to run like people are chasing you, because they are.
And again, there is Mr.
wow.
Alexander again.
77 just wrecking shop, and McComas takes a big loss on that play for Lincoln County. Loss of about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 14, and the Panthers are on their own 20.
It doesn't look like the run up the middle's working right now.
No, right now I think it won't happen. They got speed and all that, but it seems like we've had some success on the outside. You know, and I may right now try to go. When we've thrown the ball, we've seemed to have some success. Maybe let's open it up a little bit here.
Yeah, we're either gaining positive yards on the catch or the quarterback scrambling for positive yards.
Tanner Walls rolls to his left, and he eludes Alexander, and that pass is complete to number. Can't see his number there till he gets up.
18, I think.
Pass is complete to number 18.
15.
Oh, that was Garrettson again. 15. And that's going to be a positive gain past the 25 to about the, actually we'll call that the 25-yard line. So a gain of 5
And
on
again,
the play.
I will say, did you see what Tanner did a nice job? Because as soon as he rolls out the drop back, guess who's in his face?
Terry Michael,
Number 77.
Alexander. Yeah.
We're going to have to deal with this man. Start cut blocking him or something.
Walls back in the pistol. He takes straight drop back, looking, fires deep down the field. Got a man, and he pulls in the catch, looking for the number. Still looking for the number. Number 15, that's Corey Garrettson. So the Walls to Garrettson connection is working, and that's the Panthers' first down of 2018.
And I'm going to say something. That's the first play, and maybe we're starting to see something here. We handled number 77 that play. The right tackle did a fantastic job, and maybe he is getting a little bit tired. Maybe he's getting a little winded now, which could work in our favor. We've got a nice positive drive going. Let's keep it going.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 36-yard line. And we've got some movement and a penalty flag on the play. Let's see if the Tigers jumped or did the Panthers move early.
I thought they jumped into our guy.
It's an offsides call against the Tigers. So, all right, finally, a flag
They
the
have a
other
penalty
way.
now.
Flag the other way against Shady Spring, and the Panthers now face a 1st and 5.
And I wonder here, do they go back to the pass because it's working, or since you only have 5 yards to go until another 1st down, do you just try another run?
Yeah, you do. You can't give up on the
options.
run. You can't give up on the run completely here.
So here's Walls back in the shotgun, receiver on each hip. He's going to give to the man from his right hip. That's Carson McComas, number 8, pushing forward. And I believe McComas may have enough for a 1st down. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, it looks like he got enough.
I tell you what, that was a nice cut line of scrimmage. You know, he sets it up. We come in a little inside counter. He gets that, cuts back against pursuit. It was a nice play.
That's why you can't give up on the run. You got to keep the defense honest. If they know you're going to drop back and pass every play, they're going to stop it.
Oh, they're going to pin their ears back.
You have to mix stuff in, and that was a good run.
1st and 10, Lincoln County from their own 47.
Tanner Walls on the carry.
Walls on the quarterback keeper there, Brian, right? And he's going to gain positive yardage over the 50 to about the other 48-yard line. That's a gain of 5, a gain of 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Panthers getting a little life here on offense.
I can see right now they're doing a good job. With Shady Springs doing some substitution. Big 72 that they just took out, came back in the ball game. You know, I know they have some depth, but he's in there for a reason because he's that big. But if he's starting to get winded, that's a good sign for us.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
Walls back in the gun. One receiver on each hip. He gives to the first man through on his left. That's number 7, AP Parsons. And he is swallowed up quickly at the line of scrimmage. I don't believe he got anything on that, folks. Nope, it's a no gain on the play for AP. And it's going to be a 3rd, and we'll call it a short 6 from the Panthers' 47.
And again, you see some success. Drop Tanner straight back, give him that run pass option.
Yeah.
You know, and I do think right now.
Yeah, I think that's what
I think it's what we should do because we've seen some success at this. Now I know who I'd key on. Where's he at? Number 77's on this side.
Trips to the left. Walls in the pistol. Fakes the give. He's going to bounce to his right, and he's going to be gobbled up nicely. That gentleman made a nice defensive play there. Number 74 for the Shady Spring Tigers, Aaron Harmon on the stop.
And at the end of the first.
Yes, it's the end of the first quarter, folks. Your score here from Hamlin Lions Club Field, Lincoln County 13, Shady Spring nothing. We'll be right back after this message.
And right now, we want to introduce the Armstrong fan of the game down here. As you see the Lincoln County cheerleaders giving out a little nice gift package from Armstrong. Congratulations to the lucky winner, Armstrong's fan of the game.
All right, so congratulations to that lucky fan, and we are getting ready to come back to action here at Hamlin Lions Club Field, where Lincoln County trails Shady Spring 13-0. Brian, Levi, we've got 3 quarters left to go, though, fellas.
And again, take away 3 plays. This is a 0-0 ball game. 3 plays.
Yeah, and at least on that drive, you know, we did show some momentum. We were picking up first downs.
Look, almost a backside naked bootleg.
Yeah.
And, you know, Tanner is good, but that's a really tough play to make because you don't have any blockers.
Yeah.
It's pretty much you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I thought they were gonna give him a run pass option, like you said, because it's been working.
And Tanner's shown a lot of speed, even when we roll him out to get it to the outside.
Yeah, he can evade. So.
And looks like we're going to go for it.
Well, the Riverboat Gambler, Randy Adkins, is going to go for it again. It's 4th, and we'll call it 5 from the Shady Spring 46-yard line as we start the second quarter. Tanner Walls takes. It's a quarterback draw all the way, and Walls is nicely out of bounds and picked the first one. Good, smart, heady play there by Walls.
And that's what we're talking about. You notice how receivers clear out. You know, all receivers run kind of a fly pattern. What we're saying, they run straight down the field. So it empties out the completely middle of the field. So all he's got to do now is find a hole. And once he did, it was clear sailing for the first down.
It almost looked like that was designed.
Yeah, I do. I think that was designed. It was a nice play call on that 4th down.
So the Panthers pick up 8 yards on 4th down by the speedy legs of Tanner Walls. And it's a 1st and 10 Lincoln County at the Shady Spring 38-yard line. Walls in the gun he takes. He's going to fake to Parsons and pitch to, I believe that's McComas. McComas picks up positive yards, bounces out of bounds nicely, avoids extra contact there. Let's see where they force him out.
Number 9.
Looks like they got about 5 yards on the play.
That was a nice play.
Okay.
That was a nice play because, again, you know what you're doing? On that play right there, you're going at 77, Alexander, but you're making him make a decision. You're making him, so you're kind of taking him almost out of the play just with a pitch call. So now, once we got by that initial, it's 5 yards.
Right.
All right, so the Panthers come out in their split back formation in the gun. One receiver split right, one receiver split left. Second down and about 7 from the Shady Spring 35-yard line. A quick pitch, that's A.P. Parsons. Out in space, gets a nice block, and he's knocked down, but I believe he's going to have enough for another Panther first down, folks.
Flag on the play, and I'm thinking this could be a face mask penalty.
It was either a face mask or they wouldn't call.
I don't think they would call holding on that. That they did. Wow.
Holding against the Panthers.
They didn't.
So that's a positive play for A.P. Parsons. Could it have been a hold there on that outside?
Yeah, that's what they were
Play,
calling.
Brian?
But, okay, then I hate to tell the officials, the next time that I see number 44 for Shady Spring run that little sweep pattern, those receivers out there didn't block that long perfectly either. Seemed a little nitpicky on that call.
So it's going to be second down and 9 now for the Panthers. Walls takes and fakes. There's the quick pitch again to Parsons. And he eludes one tackler, runs over the second right there at the 35-yard line. And Parsons falls forward.
Hello.
He hit the truck stick.
McComas, that was Carson McComas.
One thing, I don't know the DB's number over there, but he is going to remember that name because that's how you finish a run.
Carson McComas picks up about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a third down and about 6 for Lincoln County.
That's why you like playing defense, because defense usually punishes the runner. Well, it's not so fun whenever the runner punishes you.
Exactly.
So here we go, third down and 6 for Lincoln County. On a rolling clock, and we've got timeout Lincoln County. They want to talk about this one. Third
Smart
down
play.
and
The play
6.
clock was going down. We got the play in a little bit late, so it's a smart play call. Don't do that now.
All right, folks, here we go. 10:34 left to go here in the first half. It's Shady Springs 13, Lincoln County nothing. And the Panthers coming out after a timeout, facing a third down and 6 from the Tigers' 35-yard line. Is this possibly one of those RPOs, Brian, coming up here possibly? Or?
Very well could be. I don't know yet because you can see we're kind of lulling them in right here. I definitely think we're going to, well, I don't know what's going on. I guess we had an equipment malfunction here. Make sure that Shady gets a good look at what we're trying to do. Harsh, didn't it?
That's one way to put it.
No. So Tanner Walls in the shotgun. One running back to his right. Walls is going to take and then pull up quickly. And that
He got it. He got it.
Oh,
No.
Referee's waving it off. Pass was intended for number 7. That's A.P. Parsons. And the referee's going to say he trapped it on the grass.
That was close.
That was real close.
So Walls fires his first incomplete pass, and it brings up a fourth down and 6 from the Tigers' 35-yard line.
Are we going for it?
Oh, yeah, I think this deep. I mean, we've already went 4 down inside the 50. We're inside the 50 right now. I think this is definitely go for it. Definitely, if you look at that on the passing situation, we've had a lot of success. We've got receivers open.
Yeah. And he was open.
All right, so here we go. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Walls in the straight back being chased. He's going to fire down the field. A floater, almost a one-hand pull in, but incomplete. And the Panthers are going to turn it over on downs, and Shady will take over first and 10 at their own 35.
Again, that was probably the first kind of bad pass that I saw Tanner throw tonight. He floated that a little bit. And I see what he's trying to do to fit it in.
It was tough. It was a pretty tight window, but you're right. I mean, it would have been a great grab. He almost brought it in with one hand.
Yeah, that would have been a tough grab.
So with 10:22 here to go in the first half, Shady Spring will have the ball first and 10 at their own 35. And it looks like we've got a timeout on the field.
Now, this drive at this juncture is crucial. We cannot let them get points right here. I don't care what we're going to do, turnover and downs. This drive right here, we can't let them have points.
I think a turnover would be ideal, me being the optimist that I am. But, again, I agree with you, Brian, and what Levi alluded to earlier. Cannot let them drop down and get any points out of this, because that could be a that little back-breaking?
Well, it'd be a big. We've dug a little hole here. Right now, it's not an insurmountable hole. When you start getting that 20, 21 to nothing range down, it really does. It changes your whole game plan at that point. You're playing catch up.
And Lincoln County has moved the ball.
I mean,
that was their that last drive was their best drive of the evening so far, picking up 3 first downs, quality plays. Walls looking good, hitting Garrison 2 or 3 times on the drive.
Yeah, we just got to finish.
McComas getting some nice runs, AP getting some nice runs until Mr. Vance's phantom hold was called. So Tigers first and 10 from the 35. That's Clark. Takes it, he's going to pitch the option back. That is defended nicely, gentlemen. Very nicely by Lincoln County. Little or no play.
And the leverage, the defensive back did a great job right there because you realize you have an extra defender in that play, the sideline. Okay? That's your extra defender. He did a great job. Under control, leveraged that, knew he had to cut back to him. So when he does cut back, here you are. So that was an excellent job. I think that was number 7. He did a great job on that. Yeah, it's our first game of the season, too, so it seems like you may hear the mics are cutting out a little bit.
We do apologize for that, folks.
Ooh, there it is.
And there's my turnover, ladies and gentlemen. That's an interception.
There it is.
That was
number
16.
Tanner Walls.
Tanner Walls
with the interception.
It's something that's really, we talked about the speed that Shady is supposed to have down into this great speed they're having. I've really been impressed with the fact that our receivers are wide open. They've not had a lot of success throwing the ball. I mean,
the one play.
Really. I mean, our defensive backfield and our receivers have done an outstanding job. And they're supposed to be so speedy that Shady's got. This has been a nice performance so far.
Panthers definitely need to take care of this nice cut by McComas. He eludes 1, 2, 3. Being rode down by 4. Ball comes out. Ball came out. I think McComas got back on it.
Take it down.
McComas got back on it.
Nice run.
Something to give it up as soon as you got it back.
I'll tell him, nice run. Way to try to dig for more yards. Sometimes just get down.
You never want to when you're carrying the ball. You never truly want to get down, but sometimes it's the best option.
It's the smart play.
Yeah.
All right, so second down and 7 for Lincoln County on a rolling clock, 8:50 and counting here at Hamlin Lions Club Field. Panthers trail Shady Springs 13-0. But the Panthers on the other side of the 50 on the Tigers' 45-yard line. It's a take and a give to McComas, who falls forward after a positive gain, 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a third and what I like to call manageable.
Oh, you've got options.
Situation, Brian.
You have got a lot of options here, and I'm just going to say I got to be impressed with Alexander for the Shady Spring. He was in on that tackle. I mean,
he's been everywhere.
He's a beast right now. But I like to see him right now. Look at his hands on his hips. Usually when you start getting the hands on the hips, you may be sucking a little wind there.
All right, third down and 3 from the Tigers' 41. Walls takes and gives. It's quarterback power. Fakes the pass, and then he is met harshly right at the line of scrimmage. He may have picked up a yard or 2. But Dane Chapman came in and hammered him down quickly, Brian.
It was a nice tackle.
I think they went into that play knowing that they're probably going for it on 4th down. They kind of called a safe play.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get it, great, but we're going to try to pick up the first down here, but we know we're going for it already on 4th down.
So that was actually no gain, so it brings up a 4th down and about 3 from the Tigers' 41-yard line. If Lincoln County wants to keep this drive alive, Brian, they need at least 4 yards.
Coach has really shown a lot of confidence in the guys. He went for it 3 or 4 times now on 4th down.
Walls on the quarterback power bounce, and he ran into a host of Tigers there as the line just got kind of mushed and kind of pushed back, giving Walls no running room.
Again, I think, and I don't want to give up on the run at all, but in that situation there, we've seen so much success throwing the football. Don't be afraid to let it go.
Like you said, run the RPO. You can still run it, but it'll open up the pass too.
Exactly. I think we should go there a little bit more. And here we are again. We got to stop.
So with 7:14 to go here in the first half, Brian, Tigers take over after a quick 4 and out by Lincoln County on their own 40-yard line. Clark back in the Shiny and takes speed option. He gives back to the man who cuts back across the green. That's Valentine breaking free. And he will elude the last defender and will walk untouched into the end zone from the 40-yard line. And Isaiah Valentine, Brian, 60 yards.
They did one thing right. They took the quarterback out of the play.
They did a good job of doing that. You hit the quarterback. Unfortunately, when he pitched it, over pursued, he cuts back, which is really, a runner like that is exactly what you want to do. You want to get the defense going that way because it's hard. Once you make that cut back to the opposite side, you see the success. And there was one tackle, and we missed it, and see what happens. When you miss a tackle on him,
speed kills.
He sticks it in the end zone.
Well, after the 60-yard jaunt by Valentine, Bevel is on to kick the extra point. It is up, and it is no good. So with that, the Tigers do increase their lead on one play drive 60 yards. Valentine on the speed option, cuts back against the grain and puts it in the end zone. And the Tigers.
The last two drives, we kind of went predominantly run, which is fine. I understand that, but we've had a lot of success passing it. Don't be afraid to open it up. Throw it 3 straight down.
Sure. Right. All right, so we have 3 back as Bevel approaches and kicks off. That ball's high and ran fielded by Smith at the 6-yard line. The true freshman for the Panthers has a crease, and he's wrapped up quickly. He's still on his feet, and he pushes forward to just around the 30-yard line. So nice 24-yard return for the freshman.
Hey, 30-yard line is a pretty good field position. Nothing wrong with that.
First down for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. I think we need to mix it up a little bit more. Right now, we're working awful hard for 10 yards.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Panthers to get that big play, too. I mean, we've seen a couple 3 here by the Tigers. Panthers' biggest play of the night, 15.
Yeah, exactly. And we do have some speed.
We do
have some speed. We just need to get it out. And maybe that's what we're going to start doing. You see a 3-wide set, and looks like we're going to get offsides.
Yep, looks like the Panthers jumped early there, Brian. I agree with you there. So instead of a 1st and 10, it's now going to be a 1st and 15. And the Panthers going the wrong way here in the second quarter. 6:50 remaining in the first half. Panthers trail it 19-0.
It was interesting. I'd like to have seen that pass pattern. We had 3 to the left, 1 split to the right, but look like we'll roll to the right to the single receiver side. See if they're going to bring something maybe crossing and let him throw back across his body perhaps.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a pump and go, and he's got a man out there, and Garrettson's going to be interfered with, I think, but the pass is intercepted by Shady Spring, and he's got a wall of blockers. That's number 4, Justin Black, who is brought down finally at the 15-yard line. But I think Shady got flagged for cheating.
I do believe you can't grab the receiver. I think that's what happened here.
I did like the play call.
I did too.
And we have another flag down here during the return, fellas, so let's see what's going to happen with this.
Now, what would be interesting, it was interesting we did that on a 1st and 15. What if we do that on a 2nd and 5?
Right.
And uncork one like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that, again, it seems like we're trying to establish a running game, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to feed up play action off that.
Sure.
Catch them off guard.
Okay, let's see what the referee's decision is here. We have pass interference against the defense, and then holding against the offense. So 2 penalties against the Tigers, and Lincoln County should come out smelling like a rose after this.
That was.
So what do you do here? Do you accept the hold, or I would accept the pass interference?
Actually,
right?
I think they messed that up. I think what they meant to call instead of pass interference was holding on the receiver. Because once you get that, this hold down this way doesn't matter.
Okay.
The play's dead at that point.
Okay, he's still signaling pass interference against Shady Spring.
And maybe
There's
it is.
Hold
or maybe there was 2 of them.
Against Shady Spring, and it was declined. So the Panthers are accepting the pass interference, which is an automatic 1st down. So now that all the laundry has been sorted out and the clothes have been washed, we're getting back to football here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Lincoln County at their own 40-yard line.
And still, like I said, it'll be interesting to see. I think we'll come back with maybe a little crossbuck action here on this.
Walls has 3 running backs, and that's just wrong from the get-go, as everybody was just discombobulated on that one. That's going to be a false start.
As a coach right now, if I'm looking at my playbook, I'm scratching that one out because we're never running it again.
Plays like that, timing is everything.
Is everything. Were they trying to do it? Were they trying to do a direct snap to the running back?
I thought they were going to go snap to the quarterback and immediately hand it off to the guy that was cutting across the field, but
Right, like a little shovel pass,
yeah, like a
maybe,
little shovel
short.
pass.
Well, let's find out. I bet that one, I agree with you, Brian, that was probably been torn out of the playbook. Okay, so 1st and 10 Panthers, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, and Walls in the shotgun, single back behind him, that's McComas. Walls now going to air it out. Garrison's going to go up and make a leaping try, and it's just going to be over his fingertips, bringing up 2nd down and 15.
And again, I will say, the timing of that when it comes down, he was wide open. I mean, he really was. Tanner threw a little bit much on it. He gets a little more zip on that, not to float it out there so much. That's a completion. But again, he's wide open.
Right.
As our receivers have been most of the night. You know, I mean, and Tanner's found him. He's done a good job.
And Garrettson being a senior, playing wide receiver 2 or 3 seasons here for Lincoln County. Crafty, knows how to get open, find the right spot, settle down. So here we go, 2nd down and 15. Walls takes, he's going to drop straight back for another pass, and he's looking at Garrettson in between 2 defenders, goes up, makes a leaping grab, and it's pulled away there at the last second. And that was a great try there by Garrettson, but again, incomplete, 3rd down and 15.
I see what we're trying to do, but if you can see on that play right now.
We're starting to get a little bit predictable.
Well, yeah, because you can see that the single high safety that came over on that one where you're floating it up, maybe something in a crossing route. I think we've seen a lot of success with that.
Yeah.
Right now, even that last play, maybe that quarterback draw again, but they're only rushing 4 and dropping. Right now, they're expecting a deep pass.
All right.
As you can see, they're only rushing 4 guys.
3rd down and 15, and Wall's going to take and square his hips and find a wide open receiver, pass the sticks for a 1st down, I believe. Was that Garrettson again there, Levi, 15? Coming back into the picture?
I believe so.
13.
That is Caleb McClure, a multi-sport athlete in Lincoln County, plays for the Panthers basketball team also.
Again, our receivers are running fantastic routes because he was wide open again.
Yeah, they're getting open.
So the Panthers pick up another 1st down. That's their 3rd 1st down of this 2nd quarter. 5:32 and rolling here in the 1st half. Panthers trail 19-0, but again showing signs of life on offense. 1st and 10.
Offsides on Shady.
Was it on Shady?
I think so. Yes, it was.
Let's wait and see.
Offside.
Yes, sir.
Against the Tigers. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Yeah,
So it's going to be a 1st and 5 now for Lincoln County on the Shady Springs side of the 50-yard line. We'll call it the 47.
Now, you know what? Take that chance. Pop one here.
1st and 5 from the 44.
I think we got 2 of them.
Did we get them again?
I think we got them again.
All right. Walls using the cadence to his advantage, and I think maybe the motion might be making the Tigers jump a little bit.
And if you can see what they're doing, what Shady's doing with this single high safety they've got, if you hit something on the, I think possibly, it's a long throw, but on this right-hand side here along the sideline, if you wanted that flat pattern, you tell your receiver to get real wide. I don't think the safety can get over that far. So I think if we're going to do something like that to take a shot, now would be that would be the way to do it.
All right, so the Panthers pick up another 1st down on the penalty. It's 1st and 10 at the Tigers' 39. He's going to take and give to the first man through. That's McComas, who is met in the backfield by Shady Springs defensive tackle, 76.
Ryan Carter.
Ryan Carter, 6'2", 241.
Yeah, untouched. Was really untouched. I don't know. There's a missed blocking assignment there, but I don't know if he was actually. We pulled the guard, and he did a fantastic job of just shooting the gap of the. When the guard leaves the space, you shoot the gap where they left.
So it's a loss of 2 on the play for McComas, 2nd and 12 for Lincoln County. 4:09 left to go on a rolling clock here in the 1st half. Lincoln County trying to get that first touchdown of 2018, trailing 19-0. It's a quick pitch to McComas, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield by a blitzing number 9. That's Haven Chapman.
They brought the house that time. Again, we pass it to get down here. Now we're in an obvious passing situation or a screen pass right here. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be afraid to run that quarterback draw again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a ugly play from the start there just because of the great defense by the Tigers. It's a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up a 3rd down and 18. Walls will take straight drop back, not a real rush, and then finally one breaks through, and Walls elected to run and ran the wrong way there, and he is sacked in the backfield by number 9. That's Haven Chapman again, blitzing in from a corner spot, guys.
Well, and I hate to say this, but they knew what was coming.
Yeah.
You know, you had to know. I think maybe right there in that situation, if we have it, slipped a little screen in and tried to run to pick up the first down, because it's hard to throw one to pick up a 3rd and 20.
Well, 3rd and long, anytime it's 3rd and long, you can bring a blitz, and the quarterback doesn't have very much time to make a decision.
Yes.
And there's the punt. Not a very good knuckleball, but it does take a bounce. And then it's caught by Shady Spring, who's got some running room up the far sideline. He's finally pushed out of bounds. Number 15, Tyler Bragg on the return.
3 missed tackles. Had him back, 2 guys, let him slip through. In a situation like a guy like him, just hold on. Just grab it and hold on and let your pursuit come then at that point. These little shifty backs like this,
At the least, slow them down.
yeah, you got to slow them down, hold on to them, and say, let the cavalry come help you.
So with 2:33 left to go in the first half, and the Tigers 1st and 10 at their own 40. And Brian, that's plenty of time for Shady Spring to score again.
But yeah, and we have an uncovered wide receiver at the top of the screen right now. Thank heavens they missed him.
All right, we got a nice play in the backfield as Tyler Bragg is dropped.
Did they have a receiver wide open?
The slot receiver on the opposite side was uncovered. I was like, oh no, call timeout. So we dodged a bullet with that one, and hopefully we get that corrected right now. Yeah, there we do. Now we do better.
Well, it's a loss of 4 yards for Bragg, which brings up 2nd down and 14 for the Tigers from their own 36. Let's see what they do here. Clark straight back to pass. He's going to heave one deep down the seam, and Valentine is running wide open. Number 44, Isaiah Valentine, putting on a show here in the first half. He runs, he catches, and he scores again. So Drew Clark covers from the 36-yard line all the way down to the other end of the end zone.
I think that could have been a blown coverage, because I don't know if we were playing straight man or if we were dropping back, but somebody let him go to get that wide open.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have 4 wide receivers on the field.
yeah.
More times than not, it's going to be a pass.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if we were doing trying to deep thirds, maybe we were trying to do, and somebody blew a coverage there, because the depth in the middle field was wide open.
Bevel's kick is up, and it is good. And with that, after the 63-yard catch and run by Clark to Valentine, Shady's got a nice, comfortable lead here in the first half.
We're in a lot of trouble right here, right now. This could get real ugly, and the frustrating part is we've actually moved the ball. We've controlled the time of possession. We've just given up 5 plays. It is.
How are the mighty Sissonville Indians doing, Brian?
Where the Sissonville score. Let's see if I can find that one.
Bevel set to kick off. Nice high floating kick, and it's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, and then he's going to be slammed to the turf. That's number 2 for Lincoln County, Jace Tully on the return.
Looks like here, I'm just checking real quick. Midland's got another good team as they're up 34-0 on St. Albans. Sissonville up 7-0 on Chapmanville. Looks like I got a nice game there. Morgantown and a final did beat Parkersburg 45-35.
Wow.
Hurricane up 14-0 on Winfield. Kind of a little bit of a surprise that they're just up 14-0. Winfield must have a pretty good squad.
Levi, you've got 1:41 left. You're down 26-0 before you head in for halftime. What do you do here if you're an offensive coordinator?
I wouldn't do anything too risky. I'd almost just head into halftime.
Okay.
Lick your wounds and come out with something else. You know, I don't think you're going to be able to do too much here with only a minute 30.
The problem is,
Shady Spring has all 3 timeouts, and they just burned one.
yep. So you're going to have to get the first down, or you're going to give them the ball back.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Timeout Shady.
But again, a nice safe pass, you know, a little screen pass, get something out in the open. You know, we've got some skilled players. Let's get them in open space.
Sure.
Like, make the one-on-one play. Make them make that play. You know, like I said, we've had no explosive plays tonight, and that's all that Shady has had tonight.
We have not. Other than the nice pass there in the first quarter, 15 yards, and then again the second pass there on that last drive Lincoln County had from Walls to McClure. You know, again, but Shady is just, you know, they're PlayStations.
Well, if you look at what they've done, they've yet to have a drive.
That's right.
I'm not sure
it's
they
big,
could.
big play touchdown. You're right, Brian.
It's a big play. I don't know if they could actually drive the ball the length of the field, you know, at that 5 yard consistently and score. But unfortunately, we've given up big play after big play after big play, and that's the difference in this ball game is those 5 plays.
Well, you know, 26-0. Some halftime adjustments will definitely need to be made, and
they get the ball.
Oh, that's right.
And they get the ball.
And they get the ball in the second half.
So, you know, like I said, right now, if we can think all we're going to do is just go in at halftime here, no, we need to get a first down.
Yeah, we have to now.
Okay, second down and 10 again for Lincoln County. It's a toss to the right for McComas. And McComas is going to plug ahead around the left end, pick up positive yardage, and it's going to be another Shady Spring timeout with 1:22 left in the first half.
Oh, and that's a good move by Shady Spring coaching staff right now. You know you're up 26-0. You think you're in control, but let me trust you, if you tag one more on there, that could be the death knell.
That's right.
Now, you know right now 26 does seem like a lot, but a play or two here, and this is a ball game. You stick another one in the end zone here before half, could be a dagger. So this is a night. This third down is going to be big for Lincoln County.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't find that one. Yeah, there it is. They're down 21-16 by Liberty Harrison.
Okay. Looks like the Raiders have put some points on the board. Liberty Harrison, again, that'll be a back and forth game. All right, third down and 7. Nice play there as Walls hands off to McComas. And McComas is going to be short of the first down, and Shady Springs going to burn their last timeout with 1:15 left in the first half and force Lincoln County into a punting situation.
Yes, and this is big. You know, they've got the guys that can return it. So this punt's big. We cannot give up a score here tonight. If we have any hope in this.
Just want to maybe you angle to the sideline and don't let them return it.
I think so.
Make them drive the field.
Make them drive it. Looks like we've got a Logan County. Actually, Logan did beat Man, I guess, earlier in the week.
Yeah, I believe they played Thursday night.
20-14. Logan wins the 80th meeting against Man.
Wow. And we have the Hillbillies later on in the schedule. And
yes,
they will be traveling here this year. So we're going to give McComas 4 yards on the carry. Brings up a 4th down and 3 from Lincoln County's own 32-yard line as the Panthers line up in punt formation. Shady Spring with one return man back. And I believe that's number 44 standing back there awaiting this punt.
Yes, it is.
It's a high spiral, and he's calling for the fair catch. And Lincoln County did their job. They backed him up a little bit. They didn't let him return it. But again, Shady not in terrible field position on the other side of their own 40.
And they still have 44 on the field right now. I think I would watch wherever he goes.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
He is.
So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 1:09 remaining here in the first half.
If that's right, Isaiah Valentine, who is a sophomore?
Yes, sir. He is a sophomore. According to the roster, he is a sophomore.
6 foot 147.
Quick as a hiccup, my dad would say.
6 foot 147. You know, this kid here's got if he's a sophomore, you put another 20, 30, even 40 pounds in the next few years on this kid, and he could be scary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he could be scary.
Yeah, he could be scary. That's exactly right.
And so far we've seen this. I mean, Shady comes as advertised. You know?
That's right. That's right. I found a lot of information on the internet about Shady for this upcoming season, and they are hopeful. You know, they're gunning for a playoff spot. You know, you go 5-5 a year ago. You notice their numbers are up. Some kids transfer in from the Beckley, Woodrow Wilson area. You know, you've got young talent. You've got returning talent. You know, all that breeds. The Shady's going in the right direction with the program.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Shady, you got to realize, was down for quite a few years.
They were.
And their coach, they give that coaching staff a great job, a lot of credit, because they're building a nice foundation. They had some success last year, build on it again this year. So,
all right, so we've got trips to the left, 1 and 2 to the right. We've got an empty backfield.
Inside slot's uncovered,
As
and that
Clark
just happens to be
he's
number
gonna
15,
one.
who we're going to hit.
And there goes number 15, Tyler Bragg, right down the seam. But he's going to be knocked down, but he's going to catch that one right in stride and pick up a nice chunk of yardage all the way down to the 25-yard line.
That's the second time that we've left the receiver. There was nobody on him. He literally just ran down the field wide open. I mean, we've got to do a better job. Inside the right slot receiver now. We've got the safety over top a little better, I hope now. And here he goes in the out pattern, which is going to be so hard.
Nice defensive effort there by Lincoln County. I believe that pass was complete to 44. I believe that's Valentine again. And it's going to be good enough for another Shady Spring first down, and the Tigers are moving as the clock runs under 45 seconds to go here in the first half. And they are knocking on the door at the Panther 13.
Watch for Valentine on the crossing route. Nope, they brought him down.
Clark is flush and rolls to his left. He's going to tuck it and elude one defender, elude a second defender, and then he's finally going to be tripped and knocked down inside the 5-yard line down to about the 3. And penalty flags fly at the end of the play. Isaiah Smith in on the stop for the Panthers. And we've got a flag there at the 5-yard line. Let's see what the referees decide to. Looks like we're going to mark it off against Shady Spring.
I look, and don't be surprised if you don't see it come back. And the defense we ran at last, through the out pattern to Valentine, we were asking our linebacker to cover him, and that is a tall task. He's lined up in the slot. Your linebacker's playing inside, has to respect the run, and a guy like that runs that out pattern, that is almost impossible to stop for the linebacker.
Yeah, definitely. Just because the speed that he has,
exactly.
A linebacker trying to cover that speed, that's a mismatch.
Yeah, and he's in the slot already, and your linebacker's playing inside of him. So
Clark back in the gun, 5 receivers wide, empty backfield. Takes, he's going to throw.
Pick it.
And that pass is going to be picked off with room to run for the Panthers.
Go.
Go, baby, go. To the 50. Move forward, and he cut inside. But again, disaster averted. The Tigers will not score before the half.
That was a big play.
Tanner Walls with the second interception of the night.
One guy. God, that was close.
That would have been huge.
Huge. Now, I'm sorry, 5.3 seconds? Absolutely.
Grip it and rip it.
Throw one.
Yeah, you got to try.
Throw one up. Let's see if we can get a score. You know, we might get a pass interference call down here or something. Let's go ahead and chuck one up.
So the Panthers take over after the interception by Tanner Walls, his second one of the first half, and the Panthers are not in very bad field position on their own 44. And first and 10, 5.3 seconds left on the clock. Walls takes, it's a straight drop back, being pressured. He eludes some, rolling to his right. The horn sounds, and he completes the pass for a minimal gain to number 3. That's Jeremiah Mooch Miller, and that's going to end our first half. Brian, with the Tigers leading 26-0.
Halftime adjustments now. I mean, again, we've seen some positives. We've just got to avoid the big plays.
Levi, what do you think so far about the first half?
Just what Brian said, you got to eliminate the big plays. Key on Valentine, definitely. And, take some of the stuff that was working, on our offense and kind of mix in some other stuff and see what happens.
I think we should open it up.
Yeah.
That's my thing. We've had our most success. I mean, even that play right there, it didn't go for any, but it was still a positive gain. And the pass play to a wide open wide receiver. Let's just go ahead and launch it out.
Yeah.
Go wide open.
What could it hurt?
Yeah, and then you know what? After you get them on their heels maybe a little bit, and then you slap in a nice little draw run play.
And those can go for big yardage.
Big yardage.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our 20-minute halftime. We're gonna sign off during the halftime, but you will enjoy the musical entertainment of the Shady Spring Marching Tigers. And right after that, it will be the first half of the award-winning Lincoln County High School Marching Panthers Band as they perform their competition show. So we'll be back right after this for the second half. Enjoy halftime, everybody. Wow.
83.
This is my point. Now, here's the thing.
the Shady Springs Tiger Marching Band. And now, under the direction of Kimberly Cook, the pride of all of Lincoln County, this is the Panther Marching Band.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Hamlin Lions Club Field for the second half of action between the host Panthers and the visiting Shady Springs Tigers. It was a nice first half for the Tigers. Big play after big play, all spearheaded by one Isaiah Valentine as the Tigers raced out to a 26-0 lead at the half, and they will be looking for more here in the second half. Levi, Tigers are getting the ball here as we kick off to start this second half.
Yeah, obviously, first things first, we need to stop them. We can't let them score any more points for the rest of the game, really. And after that, you gotta, like Brian said, let's get wide open with it. Let's, you're down big. You can take some risk. I mean, what's there to lose now?
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
I agree 100%. And right now, I mean, let's face it. We had some the last drive, we had some defensive miscues.
Okay. We did.
Covered. Hopefully we get that corrected. And if you look at this game, 26-0, you probably think, oh my goodness, Lincoln County's getting destroyed. We've controlled the time of possession.
We have.
We've had a lot. Like I said, you take away 5 plays, and this is a great ball game.
So Coy Garrettson kicks off for the Panthers. High end over end kick. Falls and bounces around there at around the 30. And it's picked up and fielded, and he's going to be brought down. Let's see. As they unpile there, it's going to be 1st and 10 Shady Springs.
And if you're a coach right now at halftime, you know what you're telling them? You're telling your guys, you can't get your head down, okay? Let's take it one play at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, we hold them here and dropping a touchdown. Mm-hmm. It's a totally different feel of this game.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Get a little momentum on your side.
Yeah. As the old Momo, you gotta have Momo.
You gotta have Momo. That's exactly right. But Uncle Mo is currently sitting in the Tigers section over there.
Yeah.
All right, Drew Clark is in the shotgun. One receiver on his left hip, another speed option. And that is number 15, Tyler Bragg, and he's going to be pursued nicely by the Panthers there, Levi, as he gets a minimal gain on that play.
Yeah, it looks like we were kind of delayed, getting to that quarterback. He had time to think about it. We need to just attack him right off the bat.
Make him throw.
Don't let him shuffle his feet. Don't give him a choice. Just go.
Gain of 5, second down.
So it's a 5-yard gain for Bragg, and the Tigers will face a second down and 5.
And I'll give him credit because I didn't think he gained 5. That just shows you how quick he is.
Yeah.
Again, we're uncovered at the top of the screen. We are uncovered at the top of the screen.
And it looks like they're audibling. They know that he's uncovered.
And guess what? That's who they went to, and he gets the first down, but it was a good play.
Drew Clark's pass complete to number 44, Isaiah.
That was number 7. Is that Parsons?
Yes, AP Parsons.
Yeah, AP did a good job really right there. At the last second, he starts kicking out and got on that flare pattern. But again, it was uncovered.
And they knew it.
it.
Luckily, we kind of got somebody over there in time to save the touchdown.
Exactly, because that was 6 all over it.
Yep.
That was almost a mirror play of that first one he scored on that little swing pass.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay, so the Tigers set up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Clark back in the shotgun and straight drop back. Looking to set up a screen, and that was defended nicely.
Got some good pressure on the quarterback there.
How about some offensive pass interference on 44 that time as he kind of pushed our linebacker. But again, this time we had guys all covered up. We got a little pressure on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, we can stop them.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%.
You don't have a lineup miscue or a penalty.
So after the incomplete pass brings up a second down and 10 for Clark on the Tigers, who takes some fires. Referee's going to blow that one dead, though. Let's see what's happening here.
Yeah, I think he lined up off sides.
Offsides against the Tigers, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, lining up offsides on offense. And it's going to be a second down and 15 for the Tigers at their own 38.
Wouldn't be surprised to maybe see a little draw play or something quick here.
One of those fullback dives that they were running earlier in the game.
Something quick here, even with the 4 wide out set. And if they do the 4 wide out, let's just watch deep.
So Clark takes, rolls to his right. He's being pursued. And the Panthers defense is going to wrap him up in the backfield for a quarterback sack. That's number 72 for the Panthers, Kevin Dolan.
Big Kevin Dolan.
Big Kevin Dolan. So it brings up a 3rd and very long now for the Tigers. And that's what we needed there, Brian.
Wait,
and
and
Levi.
if you look what they're running, but now here it is. It's 3rd and long.
Okay.
A 5-yard pass pattern does not kill us right now. A
Sure.
10-yard pass pattern does not kill us
Give it
right
to
now.
him.
Yeah, let them have it. Cover deep.
All right, let's see what they do. Clark back in the gun. State brought back. Quick pass, and it's
Nice.
batted down at the line. of
Intercepted.
scrimmage. Is that picked off? Let's see what the referees say.
It is.
Yes, sir, it is picked off. Picked off.
That was a heck of a play.
That's picked up by number 52, Jared Price, the transfer from Scott.
I'm telling you, that was unbelievable. How to jump up. I know to block the pass is what you're taught to do. But to catch that ball.
SC top 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Exactly right. Where we at?
We
Because
are
that one-
1st and 10, gentlemen, just outside the 20-yard line. We'll call it the 23. Walls goes under center. 3 running backs behind him. Ball comes out.
Looks like we got it.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. And you got to realize it's evening time coming down, a little bit of dew. You know, this humidity's going on. Now that ball
Sure.
gets a little slick. Got to make sure we have ball security.
So it's going to be 2nd down, and we'll call it 10 from the 22-yard line. No gain on the play as the Panthers recover a bad snap. Walls is under center, 3 running backs behind him. He takes and gives to a dive hole. I believe that's McComas springing free inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Nice run. McComas finally saw some daylight, gentlemen.
Yeah, nice little hole on the inside there. He makes a nice, strong cut and gets north-south. And that's where his strength's at. He is definitely a north-south runner. Now we're knocking on the door, and like I said, right now, you stick this in. We've got to finish this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to get a touchdown on this drive.
All right, 1st and 10, Lincoln County. I'm sorry, 1st and goal, Lincoln County at the Tigers 7. Walls under center, takes, gives to the first man through. Quick hitter there. I believe that might be McComas again. Digging and churning. Positive yardage. I think he took that down to around the 5-yard line. A gain of 2. 2nd down and goal.
You know, wide side of the field right now, roll Tanner Walls out, give him an option to throw it or run it. I think could be really successful right now.
I think that'd be the perfect call right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either that or, the option was kind of working for us.
It was, yeah.
And then we just went away from it.
Yep.
Okay, so 3 receivers split, 2 to the right. And there's Walls on the roll to his left, and he's going to turn back to his right where nobody's at. Walls skitters in to the 5, down to the 4, to the 3, possibly the 2-yard line. He turned a bad play into a positive play.
And I'm looking here, I think it may have caught something. They had to expect that coming. They flopped 77 to the wide side of the field and brought all the pressure that way. So that may be something to look back to come back on. Maybe you run that misdirection.
Right.
You bring the back this way, little fake handoff. Like Tanner's putting out this way, hands back the other way.
And something to think about, it's 3rd down. You're already down 26. You've got 2 plays here.
Yeah.
Right.
You've
Yeah,
got
you're
2
not even
plays.
thinking about it. You got 2
Right.
plays.
Right.
So, they've got a bunch of options.
Yeah.
Well, the
I mean, we're on the what, 2?
we're on the 2-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and goal. Panthers call timeout. We've got 7:34 left here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, you guys are right. We got to punch this in.
And I'm gonna say this. I've been in the huddle a lot. Right now, you're challenging those big hogs up front. This is where you're grabbing in by the face mask. Said this is on you right here. I want people moved.
Do you think they run it here?
I think
do.
they do. I think McComas gets it here somehow.
He's been the workhorse for the better part of the game.
He has.
Just
He's
noticed from our sideline reporter here, looks like Tanner Walls is out of the game right now and being looked at on the sideline. That would be a huge loss for Lincoln County.
Well, they're probably going to run it.
Yeah, I would say right now, with Tanner out of the game,
Can't see that gentleman's number from way up here who's under center now for Lincoln County. He's going to take. Bad ball. Oh, bad snap on the exchange there. Bad snap on the exchange. Let's see. And it is recovered by Shady Spring at the 2. Wow. From bad to worse, folks. From bad to worse.
Backup quarterback, a little bit of nerves, I would assume.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, bad exchange there. Bad, Can't fault the kid, though, on that one, folks. That's just a tough situation to come into.
Oh, very tough.
Yeah.
You're already down. You have to score here. That's big time.
So that's Lincoln County's first turnover of the night. Results in I won't say a drive killer, but that's tough. That's going to be tough.
That's.
I would bring the heat right here.
Yeah, I'm bringing everybody.
So Shady Spring takes over 1st and 10 at their own 2. Lincoln County's defense stiffens, and I don't think they gave up much on that play.
I can tell you from an offensive coordinator standpoint, this is a tough position to be in. You're just trying to get some room right now, and he picked up a couple there. It's not bad. I would watch something on the outside to the wide side of the field right now.
Like another screen pass,
Yep.
Something safe, but get your playmakers in open field.
Yes, exactly. I would look for the wide side because you want to get that guy out in space. I see 15 lined up in a divide backfield. I'd watch him bubbling out.
Okay, Clark goes under center. He's going to chuck one deep. And there's a little pushing and shoving there, but no damage, no flags. And that pass falls incomplete, brings up a 3rd down and long for the Tigers at their own 3.
And this is a very it'll be interesting to see what they call here because you do have a cushion, 26-0, but you don't want to give up nothing cheap right now. If I was in his position right now, I am just trying to run the ball, get my punter a little bit of room.
Yeah, because he doesn't have much now.
Yeah.
You're talking about a dangerous punt.
Yes, it is.
Okay, 3rd down and long for the Tigers. Clark under center, 2 backs behind him. He's going to fake to the right. He's fake to the left, roll to the right. He's going to sling one down there, and he's got a man out there. And there comes the flag, and that's going to be pass interference, I believe, folks, against Lincoln County.
Yeah, he didn't even turn around to look at the ball. That was an obvious pass interference call.
Yeah, he turns.
He turns. If you turn, you could probably pick that off.
Yeah.
But in that instance, that where they're on their own, 5-yard line, you might bat that down. But
And again, we have found a way to shoot ourselves in the foot again. Now, I'm going to give Shady's coach a lot of credit. That's a gutsy call, come out of the end zone.
And that's what you're hoping for on a call like that. Worst case scenario, other than a pick for them, maybe get pass interference call.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback, I'll be honest with you, he was throwing that up.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, he was just throwing it up.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers as they move out from the shadow of their own end zone. A little bit of breathing room. Out to about the 17, 18-yard line. 1st and 10. And the Tigers have new life. Clark under center, 2 backs split behind him. Takes and gives to the first man through. Picks up a couple yards before he's pushed back by the interior line of the Panthers defense.
Again, not much.
Not
you
much.
know, it's like we hold, and then we find a way to go, let's give up something.
Yeah.
Give a big play. Let's give up a penalty.
Second down and 8 for the Tigers now at their own 20. Clark back in the gun, 1 receiver on each side of him. Speed option to the left. Clark's going to take and pitch early. And that play is snuffed out nicely as Bragg is cut down in the backfield.
When the running back got that ball off the pitch, he was 10 yards back.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Miller.
And I want to give a nice shout out to Jeremiah Miller there. The cornerback did an outstanding job of keeping his presence, fighting through a blocker. I mean, that was a nice play from Jeremiah.
That's your man there, Brian. That's Mooch.
It's Mooch. And you know what? You give him a lot of credit on that because that's a tough play to make.
Sure,
you got a blocker out there. You're trying to.
Yeah, they had the lead blocker on the same side.
And we're on 3rd down again.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it 8 after no gain by Bragg on the option. Clark's going to squirt free He's going to pick up some yardage. I think they may have pushed him out for the.
Drew Clark carried the ball.
Let's see what happens here on the spot.
got
I believe Clark's got enough for the first.
Yeah, he did. Yep, they're already moving the chain.
Knocked out of bounds for number 84, Nathan Baker. And number 3, Jeremiah Miller. First down, Tigers.
And
So-
slowly but methodically, now your offensive playbook is getting a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper.
And we've seen they're not scared to throw it up.
Absolutely. Not right now. Not with this field position.
1st and 10, Shady Spring at their own 29. Clark back to pass. Looking, fires down the field, and that ball is tipped and picked off by number 3. That is Mooch Miller, and that's our 3rd interception of the night for Lincoln County.
I'm almost speechless now, but what we have got to find a way to do. The defense, to be honest with you, has played pretty sound tonight. Other than, like I said, some miscues, a couple big plays, and that was a nice that was a great interception, to be honest with you. The receiver had it, and he knocked it out of his hands, and then has enough presence of mind to keep his head up and catch
It's
it.
a great play.
So 1st and 10, Lincoln County at the Tigers' 34-yard line. 4:27 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Some comments at quarterback. Oh, is that Nolan? Yes, it is. Nolan Shemp.
Nolan Shemp, freshman in at quarterback.
True freshman at quarterback.
Carson McCombs, the ball carrier.
Hands off to McComas.
Just talked to Coach Aggins earlier,
Timeout,
injuries
Lincoln
affect
County.
everything, and it's a tough situation to bring in. But now for Nolan, you're saying, hey, it's next man up.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's some valuable experience for him. I mean, this is I know his family real well. It's his grandfather's a coach, his dad's a coach. They're a football family, so it's a great offense. I mean, a great football mind.
Sure.
He understands the game, and I guarantee you this situation is not too big for him.
Right, and it's not, you go into a game deadlocked, tied with a couple minutes left. That's a whole different story. They're down 26. Just go in there and see what you can do.
Yeah, exactly. It's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's see what I can do. Let's see.
Yeah.
No fear.
Yeah.
And I told you, I've known this kid for quite some time. I guarantee you this situation's not too big for him.
All right, so the teams break their huddles after the timeout by Lincoln County. 4:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shady Spring leading Lincoln County comfortably 26-0. But the Panthers have the ball back, facing a 2nd down and 9 after the interception by Mooch Miller.
The Mooch. And that was a great play. It really was. We've had a couple outstanding efforts tonight.
We sure have.
Carson McCombs, the ball
So
carrier.
McComas takes it, the direct snap there from the shotgun, and picks up some positive yardage.
Yeah, running a little wildcat there.
Let's see where they spot the ball down at.
You picked up a couple maybe on that. That brings up.
Illegal motion called on the Panthers.
Oh, we got a 5-yard penalty. Good call there, Levi.
Against the Panthers.
How many do we have tonight?
5-yard penalty.
Penalties.
Let's see.
And this is unofficial stats. We understand that's unofficial. As you know, Ryan folks are pulling double duty as a statistician and commentary and play-by-play and jack of all trades,
That
as we
was
call it.
penalty number 8 on
Number
the evening for
8.
Lincoln County.
Another direct snap back to come with a nice little hole and a nice run.
Yeah. McComas again on the carry.
Nice little hole there, and like I said, he cuts it. He planted the foot nicely, takes it directly north-south upfield. Is what you need to do as a running back.
And when your first-string quarterback goes down and the second string comes in, do you normally put him in and let him throw right off the bat? No, you try to work him into the game, get him warmed up, run plays. And I think that's what they're doing here.
Yeah. Little wildcat formation again in the first down.
Carson McCombs carried the ball. First down, Panthers.
All right, so the Panthers pick up a nice first down on the carry by McComas. And the Panthers moving methodically down the field. It'll be 1st and 10.
Finish the drive.
Maybe finding something that's working for them, running out of the Wildcat, direct snaps to the halfback.
Yeah. You know, we always quote him, the legendary Blaine Wilkerson. If run it till they stop it. Run it till they stop it. Nice little run. Got a penalty here. I think that's probably going to be holding on us. Usually when it comes from right there, that's what you're looking at.
So we'll wait and see how the penalty shakes out here, folks. Good holding against Lincoln County.
Against the Panthers.
And an illegal blow to the head against Shady Springs.
Against the Shady Springs.
And those penalties will offset. So we'll replay the down. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Tiger 20-yard line. 2:55 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers trail 26-0 to Shady Spring. The Panthers on the move here a little bit after that nice interception by Mooch Miller.
Yeah, with Tanner out right now, we really can't get behind the chains. You know, behind the chains meaning we can't get in long yardage situations. We need to keep this going downhill.
Bobble snap, and he is gobbled up in the backfield quickly.
Carson Thomas. Nolan Shamp.
Looked like a pretty low snap, I
Is
thought.
tackled by
Yeah, it was.
number 9, David Chapman. Carson Thomas.
I say I heard the announcer say Nolan, and I thought that was a direct snap to Carson.
So after the big loss on the play, it's going to be 2nd down and about 16 for Lincoln County.
And if you have, you know, if you've got a quarterback in there now, you know, it's young like that. Well, we still got Carson in there, the quarterback. A little screen right now is not a bad little play. And here we're going to let him chuck it deep. And he launched it.
He did.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. He saw him coming.
Carson Thomas pass intended to number 15.
I think maybe though, and I know it's a timing issue right now.
3rd down.
Again, you can throw the end zone, maybe hope for pass interference, but I think a little screen out to the outside. Sure. It's a nice, safe pass.
Maybe a little flood route.
You get a little blocker here and there, and boom, maybe you pick up this first down.
Okay, so after McComas' pass falls incomplete in the end zone, it's going to be 3rd down and 16 for Lincoln County at the 26. Oh, wow, he's going to be sacked in the backfield. That's a big loss for the Panthers on that one, folks.
And was good sportsmanship by 77.
It was. Tried to, you know, I mean, he made a nice hard tackle there, but immediately went to help the Nolan up.
So 4th and very long for Lincoln County here on this drive, folks. Shady Springs has pinned their ears back, and they're coming hard.
And that's what you're doing right now. You know them 4 down linemen. If they're going for it, we know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So let's just pin them back, and as they call those, let's get some stats.
Especially 77. He stuffed his stat sheet very well tonight.
Yes, he has.
There's a nice pass up in the air. Going to make a play on it. That's right. It's hauled in nicely. Looking for a number. Levi, you might have to help me with that. Number 15, that's Coy Garrettson again pulling that one down.
He's had a pretty good game today.
He can go up and get the ball.
Yeah, he can. Just a little short of the first down, so we'll turn it over on down.
All right, so the ball will be turned over after the nice pass and reception by Coy Garrettson. And
again, you know, something to go positive on later on in the year. I have the old Moss thing. I think with Garrison, if it's a one-on-one, he's open. Because he does a great job of playing the ball in the air. You know, let's let him throw it up, let him go get it.
So with 57 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, the Tigers take over again. 1st and 10.
And being down, 26-0, almost the start of the fourth quarter, this ain't your last game. So,
Right.
you know, try to find something that's going to work for you next week and keep improving.
Yeah, this is game one. It's a long season.
Clark's going to take and hand off to the first man through. And that is
green
Mr.
down.
Isaiah Valentine looking for running room. Has 5, has 10, has 15, has nearly 20 on the carry before he's pushed out of bounds on the far sideline. And Isaiah Valentine
Isaiah Valentine, the ball carrier.
really showing his speed here tonight, Brian.
Yeah, he's got a different gear,
That was
doesn't he?
made by
Looks like we got a player down for Lincoln County.
Yeah, I'm trying to see
Possibly a
what that
cramp,
is.
maybe.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. First game of the season, a little humid. You can see him stretching him out now.
Is that like sinfully blissful?
Well, I will say that as a Mountaineer fan, you're afraid to say too much, but it,
Right,
you know,
right.
It could be something special brewing up.
Hey, Will Greer's getting a lot of hype this year.
The offense should be real deal. It's if the defense can slow someone down.
Right. All right, so 1st and 10 after the nice run by Isaiah Valentine. And here comes Drew Clark being pursued in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down hard.
There'll be a holding.
It's got to be.
Possibly a hold, okay. Saw the flag come flying there right as he was being tackled.
In that instance, I think we got him, you know, tackled for loss. You might decline that.
I think Carson was really funny when he hopped up and saw the penalty. He was like, and he did a great job because, you know, that quarterback's a little shifty. Did a wonderful job of staying with it to bring the quarterback down. But you can see when he hopped up like, really? What'd I do this time?
So that's going to be a 10-yard mark off from the spot of the foul. Good decision there by Lincoln County to accept that penalty and back up the Tigers.
Yep.
And the clock winds. We're under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Wonder if Clark will snap the ball or if the Tigers will take the quarter. Looks like Clark's going to fire up and fake the handoff. Rolling to his right, being pursued nicely by the Panthers defense, and another quarterback sack. That's number 3 tonight for the Panthers.
The defense.
Has played well. The defensive backs did a great job in coverage there. There was no one really open. And then the pursuit comes and gets the quarterback. The defense is, like I said, a few little misplays here and there, but it's been fairly solid. And, folks, I'm going to tell you, this is a really good offensive football team in Shady Springs.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that's a nice note for the Panthers to end the third quarter on, folks, with that nice quarterback sack by Dennis Rakes. But again, the scoreboard, you know, that's the difference between winners and losers, is the score. So heading into the fourth quarter, the Panthers still down 26-9. All right, so here at the start of the fourth quarter, Clark was running that little swing pass again to Valentine, who was attacked by the Lions Club field monsters buried in the grass. We forgot to tell him about those. And that pass is going to fall incomplete and bring up a third down and long for Shady.
And again, for our defensive back perspective right now,
It's third down.
cover deep. Don't let them get anything. You know, don't get a pass interference.
Right.
Yeah, stay over the top.
Yeah, stay over the top.
Give him anything underneath.
As my late father would say, keep everything in front of you.
Everything.
Okay, so Clark's in the shotgun. He's going to take and give to the first man through, who squirts through a hole, picks up a few yards, and he's tackled nicely. No harm there on that play as they move a little closer. And looks like the Tigers will bring on the punt unit.
We've always said when you get down there in that part of the field, there's about 4 plays that you really didn't want to run. And, you know, their coach staff did a nice job right there. You don't want to give up something cheap, you know.
Right.
It's fourth down.
Okay, so the Panthers are in return formation. The Tigers should break and be in punt formation. Looks like number 2, Eric Bevel, back to punt for the Tigers. And he puts his foot into it. It's an end-over-end punt. And the Panthers will let that roll. And it takes a bit of a Lincoln County bounce. And the Panthers will have 1st and 10 on the right side of the 50 at the Tigers' 44-yard line.
That's a nice play by Parsons, the junior. You know, don't try to force this issue. I mean, yeah, you know, you're down thinking, hey, I could get this. Bad things happen at that point.
That's right.
Let it go dead, and we'll
try to end the game on a positive note.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't allow any points in that whole third quarter after giving up 26 in the first 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm. And actually should have scored.
Yeah, they should have
I
scored.
mean, you had
should
on
have
the
scored.
2-yard line.
Yeah, should have scored. Should have punched that one in. So here comes Lincoln County, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 44-yard line. 10:59 remaining in the game. Shady Spring leading 26-0. But again, the Panthers not giving up. Let's see if they can put one in here on this drive. And that was a direct snap to the up back to Carson McComas, and he is swarmed under. Maybe a small loss on the play, 1, maybe 2 yards.
Tried to bounce out a little too quickly because you can see that our guy was pushing him out, so he kind of ran into the tackle there. And I know sometimes the linemen get blamed for something that, hey, I was pushing him out, you kind of ran into him. But you know what? And it's easy to do as a running back. You don't see anything outside, the first thing is I'm going to bounce it outside.
Right.
So it's going to be 2nd down, and we'll call that 11, loss of 1 yard on the play. Quarterback under center for Lincoln County. Marks out the cadence and hands off to the first man through.
Again, good hard run, though. I mean, right up the middle there and delivered the blow, as they say.
Right. So again, McComas on the carry for Lincoln County. Picks up 3 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd down and long, 8 yards.
And again, you've got a freshman quarterback in right now. Maybe something roll out, you know, because he is an athlete with a lot of speed right now. And somebody forgot to block 77.
Carson McComas is second backfield by number 20. Isaac Harvey is 4th down.
All right, so that brings up a 4th down and long for Lincoln County. So do the Panthers go ahead and go for this one here, folks?
I think they're going to go ahead and go for it. And,
Okay.
And again, right now, if we have any semblance of a screen game or something, you know,
Right.
a little bubble screen on the outside, you know, because I don't think it's going to be real tough right now the way because they're pinning their ears back. To get anything downfield deep, it's going to have to be tough.
Right. Well, the Panthers.
Or then again, you could throw the jump ball.
I think that's what they're going to do.
That's true. Panthers like to burn their final timeout here of the game. Okay, Brian, if you have a chance, could you check and see what Roane County is doing? That'll be our opponent here next week.
Let's see if I can scroll down and find that one here as we get ready for 4th down.
Lincoln County is going for it here on 4th and long. He's going to tuck it and run. Looks like Carson McComas.
Carson McComas.
I think he got it.
I think he
And I believe
did.
he
On
did
the
pick up
second
the
effort
first
there,
down.
did a great job.
Dean Chapman. 1st down, Panthers.
That is going to be a 1st down for Lincoln County. McComas on the direct snap. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Lincoln County as they're moving ever so closely to the end zone. Outside the 30-yard line at the 34. 1st and 10.
Little update, Liberty Harrison is now up 35-22 on Roane County for next week's
McComas
opponent.
back to pass. He's going to keep it. He's going to be bounced inside the line. He's going to drop back and throw. He's got a man wide open who makes the catch on the sideline, and he is inbound.
What an effort by McComas.
Trying to get that guy's jersey number there that caught that for Lincoln County. That was number 13. That's Caleb McClure on the catch.
The awareness it takes to know that you're still behind the line of scrimmage and can pass that ball.
That was a great play. I mean, you go in, you almost get sacked, you avoid that. You know what? Dare I say, ESPN top 10 number 2 tonight.
So 1st and 10 Lincoln County. Actually, it's 1st and goal just inside the 10. We'll call it the 9 as McComas takes the direct snap. And student body right. And McComas is going to be plowed under right at the line of scrimmage.
I think on that run, McComas had decided pretty early on there's nothing here. I'm going to lower my head and get what I can get.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd down and goal at the 9-yard line. Clock rolling, 7:40 to go and counting. Shady Spring leading 26-0. Lincoln County showing signs of life, though, here, folks, inside the red zone.
Again, this is what our 2nd time inside here, and I'm going to say this again, this is very important for us to grow. We've got to finish this drive.
Right.
McComas back in the pistol formation, one back straight behind him. It's going to take, and it's going to be a fade pattern over to the left. Looking. Oh, in and out of the hands. Looking for McClure again. And that one falls incomplete in the back of the end zone, bringing up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that was actually a good play on both the defense and the offense. And there was a little hand fighting. I'm glad the official let it go. Again, it was a good ball, too. It was that thrown up jump ball and say, you know what, I'm giving my receiver. To be honest with you, the defensive back kind of messed up a little bit because he let the receiver get inside position. You know, so really we had a better shot of getting at him.
Yeah.
All right, so the Panthers face 3rd and goal, 7:17 on the clock. McComas back, takes the pistol formation. He's flushed from the pocket, rolling to his right. There come the flags for the face mask, and McComas is going to be wrapped up after gaining just a couple of yards. But we might get some more out of this after the face mask.
And more importantly,
automatic first down. So let's see what the referees decide to do here as they meet on the inside the 10-yard line there. Personal foul, face mask against the Tigers. So the Panthers will have a 1st and goal now inside the 5-yard line. We'll call that the 4. And you've got 4 downs here, folks, to get 4 yards.
Just keep running that direct snap to Carson and let him find a lane to the end zone.
We're going to have a timeout on the field by Shady Spring Tigers.
You know, I think we've represented well here. We scored this in, like you said, we gave up no points in the second half. We really played fairly good mental mistakes. You cut out mental mistakes and big plays, we could very easily be up in this game.
Sure, absolutely.
And looking here to see if the score is, Liberty Harrison still up 35-22 on Roane County.
There's McComas taking a flare. Fade pattern to the right, and it is caught for the Panthers. That's a beautiful touchdown pass from McComas to, I believe, could that have been Garrettson again over there on that catch, 15? Yes, Corey Garrettson on the pass.
Carson's got a bit of an arm. Something to think about.
So the 4-yard touchdown pass is good from McComas to Garrettson. Touchdown Panthers. And Lincoln County's finally on the board with 7:04 remaining in the game as they line up for a 2-point conversion try.
You know,
low snap there, and that's going to be wiped out. And so the 2-point conversion fails. But again, Panthers are on the board, Brian.
And I will say this. Our receivers do a great job of going and getting the ball.
Yeah, and getting position to get a chance.
Yeah, I mean, that pass right there, it was a throw-up pass. It's that jump ball situation. Our guys have made those plays most all night.
All right, Garrettson is back to kick off. He's got it teed up, and he puts his boot into it, and it's a high end-over-end kick that's going to sail out of bounds.
That's the opposite of an onside kick.
Yeah, the opposite of onside kick.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Shady Spring.
You know, I want to mention, folks, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really proud of Panther Nation tonight. If you all can't see it, the crowd is a nice crowd tonight.
Very nice crowd.
And the good thing about this is, from what I've seen here tonight, there's a reason to get excited. They're going to win a lot of games this year.
I think so, Brian. We actually, as you guys know, I work at the high school during the day, and we had a really, really fun and exciting pep rally about the last 30 minutes of school, and the kids were into it. And as you can see, the students have turned out tonight for the first game.
Yes, they have.
And they've stuck around, despite what the scoreboard may say. The fans, the Lincoln County fans, are still here supporting these gentlemen from beginning to end. So the Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35. That's Clark handing off to the first man through. And he is met right at the line of scrimmage. That's Isaiah Valentine. And he's brought down nicely. by the Panthers.
Number 60.
Number 60, that is Cody Cowboy Fry.
Yeehaw!
60, Cody Fry.
Big pop.
No gain. Second down.
So it's going to be second down and 10 for Valentine and the Tigers after a carry of no gain. 6:29 on a rolling clock here in the fourth quarter. Lincoln County trails 26-6 to Shady Spring, who has the ball. Second down and 10. Clark in the shotgun, one back on each hip. He'll take and give it to Tyler Bragg, who hasn't seen much running room tonight, as the Panthers have really keyed their defense to stopping him, and he picks up a couple yards on that one.
Yeah, again, they've got some talented backs, and you take away some big plays. If you take away the 5 big plays, they don't have much offense at all. Really, like I said, I'd love to see a time of possession in this game.
Oh, it's big time in Lincoln County's favor.
Yeah, it is.
I would think it would have to be too. So third down, and we'll call it 6 yards for the Tigers as Clark goes under center. 2 backs behind him. He takes and pitches out to Bragg, who is being pursued nicely in the backfield, and he makes it back, maybe give him a yard on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th and 5 for Shady Spring.
Yard? Come on, Ryan. That's like, we'll give him 2 feet.
Unfortunately, 2 feet does not compute on my stats sheet. We're going to give him 3 feet and give him a yard.
We round up.
Round
I see how
up,
it
yes,
is.
sir. So 4th down, and we'll call it 5 for the Tigers as they line up in punt formation. And back deep to return for the Panthers, I believe that might be Jace Tully. Bevel takes and kicks a nice spiral, nice high punt. And Tully's going to let that one go, and it's going to take a nice Shady Spring bounce down to around the 15-yard line, where the Panthers will set up 1st and 10, 4:43 left in the game. Still a lot of time here, Levi, for the Panthers to maybe mount another scoring drive.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've been moving the ball pretty well, and Carson, he can pass a little bit, so you can maybe catch him off guard and beat him deep.
Yeah, I mean, and when that right now, they went up to Garrison.
Why not?
I like his chances.
Yeah.
Sure. Garrison's had a really, really nice game playing wide receiver tonight for Lincoln County. So 1st and 10 Lincoln County at their own 15-yard line. They trail Shady Spring 26-6, 4:43 to go. McComas is going to take, and he's going to fire.
And
somebody called one to Garrison. Oh, no, that one's going to be cut off and intercepted by Tyler Bragg, who cuts back against the grain, and he brings it back in for the Tigers.
Again, that one was more thrown on the line. I think if you'd have thrown it up a little higher, Garrison got turned around a little bit.
Yeah, he never had a chance.
No, he never had a chance on that one. But again, it's not your starting quarterback.
Right.
When in doubt, he was going to do what he was going to do, throw one up.
Yeah.
So with 4:31 left to go here in the game, folks, the Tigers take it right back after the first play from Lincoln County, and they're setting up nicely. 1st and 10 at the Panthers 15. Clark goes under center. He's going to take, give to the first man through. That's number 9. That's Haven Chapman. He picks up positive yardage and pushes the ball inside the 10-yard line.
And folks, just to show you, it was this drive before the starters came out at all.
Right.
So, that kind of shows you how competitive this game's been.
So it's a 6-yard gain for the Tigers. Second down and 4 to go from the Panther 9-yard line. Clark under center takes, gives it to Chapman again. First man through. And he surges forward again and picks up 4, maybe 5 yards.
And, right now, let's have a nice goal line stand right here. Oh, looks like we got a player hurt. Can't get a number on that right now. I think
really
it's going to
do.
be hugely
I really
exciting
do.
this year. And I think Marshall can win it.
I think Marshall can win it. Their schedule sets up nicely, and I think what's ironic, Mr. WVU, is that week 3, when Marshall plays NC State in Huntington, I believe your beloved Mountaineers have to travel to Raleigh in week 4 to take on the Wolfpack.
So I tell you what, you all go ahead and beat them up for us.
Well, we're going to do our darndest.
That's what I like to hear.
We're going to do our darndest. We're going to do our darndest.
You know what? I like to see NC State go 0 for 2 against everybody from West Virginia.
You know what? I'll take those odds. Wonder what the Vegas bookies have to say about that, Brian.
You know what? We might have to throw some money on that one.
We might have to. We might have to do that.
And as of September 1st, it will be legal in West Virginia now.
That is correct. That is very much correct. So 3rd down and goal for the Tigers. First man through. I believe he is in. And I believe that was Haven Chapman on the carry going in for the Tiger touchdown. And that should just about do it here, folks, as the Tigers punch another one in, and as their lead increases to 32-6 with 2:49 left on the clock. So again, Brian, Levi, either one of you feel free to chime in here. What does Lincoln County take away from this game tonight?
Really a lot. Defensively, other than, like I said, not covering the wide receivers. Not covering them at the line of scrimmage. You had to leave them uncovered. Tackling hasn't been bad. We gave up this last touchdown here late in the 4th quarter. So in the second half, the defense played very well. Offensively, again, we moved the ball, but we've got to eliminate. You've got to be more disciplined and eliminate mistakes, eliminate the offside penalties, eliminate the things that killed our drives. I think the coaching staff will work on that, here in this next week, and they got to take a lot of positives up. Like we said, this is a team that's looking to go to the playoffs.
Right.
And I know everybody says, well, 30-36, this was a wrap. That is not the case.
No, it is
at
not.
all. And offensively, again, depending on the injury to Tanner Walls, I hope this is not serious.
And,
I hope we can get
Kevin
him back.
Dolan.
And Dolan, both.
Yeah.
These are huge losses, and we need to get them, hopefully get back healthy. But
Sure.
if not, next man step up. I think if I was the coaching staff, I would look to incorporate more of the the pass first options. I was really impressed with our wide receivers and their playmaking ability tonight.
I have been too, and I think again, like Levi was talking about, get these kids out in space, maybe one-on-one matchups, and see what they can do. Because I think Lincoln County has that kind of skill this year.
Yeah, we just haven't gone them out in space in this game. It's once we actually start building some momentum. The starting quarterback goes down, you're kind of forced into a run-first offense.
Sure. So that's a nice deep kick by Bevel, fielded by Isaiah Smith at the 4. Smith found the crease, and it closed quickly, and he is brought down after a nice return.
A real nice return. That's the one thing we've talked about this game. Realize it's 3rd and goal on the 2 in the 3rd quarter. I think that was late in the 3rd quarter. We punch that in, get maybe the 6 or 7 there. Then if we do the same that we held to get the interception and score down here, all of a sudden this is a completely different feeling ball game.
It's a one-possession game.
Yeah, it really was
game.
that much of a – and how crucial are those little small mistakes? You might think of an offside penalty here. It's not that big of a deal. Depending on the timing of that play, it could be huge. And football is – I know we see this, but it's a game of inches. It really, truly is a game of inches.
You're right. So we've got a 1st and 10 here, Lincoln County, at their own 28-yard line. 2:40 on a rolling clock remaining in the game.
Nolan Shimp.
It's Nolan Shimp on the carry for Lincoln County. Freshman there. Nice gain and pickup for the Panthers.
We talked about this earlier. It's not bred into the football mentality, but, Nolan does a job there where he gets to the line, gets to the out of bounds, and just cuts it back to pick up the extra yard or 2. Sometimes you might want to say, just step out of bounds. Just get out of bounds. But it's so hard because these are football players.
Sure.
They are football players, and that mentality just doesn't exist.
It shows some toughness.
It does.
Sure. So pickup of about 8 yards for Shemp on that carry, and brings up 2nd down and 2 for Lincoln County. 1:55 on the rolling clock here in the fourth quarter from Lions Club Field. Taken, it's a pitch from Isaiah Smith with his first carry.
And I tell you what, shedded the first tackle pretty easily. It should have been a 5-yard loss. Easily should have been a 5-yard loss. And he ends up getting the first down out of it. You know.
So Smith picks up 3 on the carry. And it's going to be a 1st and 10, Lincoln County. 1:36 to go on a rolling clock. Lincoln County trailing 33-6 to Shady Springs. But the Panthers on the move.
And this experience right now for these young players will pay dividends even this season down the road.
Yeah, just give them some experience.
So Shemp takes and hands off to the motion man, cutting through there. Little inside reverse play.
Is it 33, I think? Williamson, the ball carrier, okay. Well, I was telling Lincoln County, they're going to have to get some better numbers. It's hard for us old men to read from way up here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's very true. But if someone wouldn't have forgotten the binoculars at the office
Levi
today.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, blame the new guy. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, blame me.
Blame
me.
the new guy. So Shady Springs going to take a timeout here with 47.2 remaining in the game. And Lincoln County facing a second down, maybe to get some kids in there.
Yeah, I'd say that's what it was. But I will say this, folks, and I think I'm not even sure what year that we've been doing these broadcasts, and we enjoy bringing
2000.
Yeah, we won't say what that is.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
They're old.
And I would say I hope you enjoy this as much as we do. We have a good time up here, and I hope you all can see that we do. And we're just trying to do something positive.
You missed that, didn't you?
What was that?
Levi just called you and I old.
Well, he's right.
But you don't have to tell all the viewers.
Point for Levi.
Point for Levi. No, keep the gloves up. The ref takes that point away. Low blow.
But we do. Folks, we have a blast up here doing it. I hope
we truly do.
And I hope they enjoy it. I told them at Armstrong, we're just trying to do what we can to do, to give these guys some publicity.
Sure.
And I'll tell you right now, if you're a kid that's interested in football and you're watching this, it's a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, and the anticipation and everything for football season has spurred such excitement so much that the managing editor of the Lincoln Journal made it to the game tonight from beginning to end, and Mr. Sean O'Donoghue is still here.
And you forgot, award-winning
managing editor and journalist, Mr. Sean O'Donoghue.
Well, I can say this, folks, and I will say this, and
Sean even told me before we even did the pregame that this was his first actual full Lincoln County Panther football game.
Well, that's awesome. You know what? I'm going to say, folks.
Because Sean likes the footballs of the different shape.
Yeah.
the round white ones that you play.
What we call soccer, is that what you're saying?
Football. Yes, but we call it soccer, right. Yeah,
nice run here by Smith.
Fantastic Isaiah Smith. Finishing the run.
I would say right now, I think if I was Lincoln County, I'd call timeout. Try to get a score in. We got one more play.
You would.
Fumble Brewski. Muddle Huddle.
Hey.
Hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder.
And ladder. I like it.
Hey, fake field goal.
Fake field goal. There you go. Statue. No, the referees decided to say not going to happen. So with that, the final horn sounds, and here at Hamlin Lions Club Field, it is a victory for the Shady Spring Tigers. As we kind of came in thinking personnel-wise, Shady probably was a little better personnel-wise than us tonight for the opening week.
And I will really say the players that we thought were going to make the difference made the difference tonight.
Sure.
If you look, I don't know all your stat numbers here, but really, again, folks, it's 5 big plays, but there is a lot of positive to take from this if you're Lincoln County.
Well, it's just like you guys were, we've been talking about through the entire broadcast. Big play after big play after big play. And those big plays, guys, other than that final touchdown, were scores.
Yes.
First quarter, Valentine, 56-yard pass from Clark. Chapman, 29-yard run, touchdown.
Yeah.
Second quarter, Valentine, 60-yard run, touchdown. Second quarter, Valentine, 62-yard pass from Clark, touchdown.
Yeah, big plays. I mean,
Big plays.
but you go look. We had 4 turnovers that we got from them tonight.
We did.
You know,
We won the turnover battle +3.
exactly.
We were +3 in the turnover.
Yeah. So again, a lot to grow on. You know, and folks, I'm telling you, come out this year. It's going to be an exciting year, and I hope to bring more of these games to you all later on in the year. And I hope you enjoy this broadcast. But like I said, I think if you get a chance, if you've not came out to see this, you need to come out here.
Absolutely.
And I hope these kids here realize that don't get down yourself into this game. Like Levi said earlier, it's one game. It's the first game of the season.
Then we have 9 more to go. Panther Nation is alive and well. And will be. And folks, we have 5 more home games this season with a possible 6th. If Clay County does not get their field ready, they may actually come here again this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So again, folks, I guess with that, we'll wrap up our broadcast.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a quick shout out to our broadcast team here. Of course, definitely Levi, thanks for coming and joining the team here. Ryan, you, of course, as always. I can't forget our cameraman, Doug Morris, who does an outstanding job of Doug makes us look great. You know, I hope you folks enjoy this and more to come later in the year.
Absolutely. So with that being said, for Brian Vance and Levi Terlikowski, I am merely Ryan Pritchard, and we will see you guys next time right here for Lincoln County Panther football on the Armstrong family of networks.